Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Edgeley Park, where we're currently in the Steve Brown reminiscence class. As the to our right-hand side, as he discusses his assist to Andy Hunt so many moons ago here at
Kick-started the comeback, Tell.
Did it?
Yeah.
Whose?
I don't like talking about
yeah, clearly. Non-stop since he arrived. Non-stop.
Well, it's because our social media team just put out Huntley's goal. And I said, why have you just not rewound that 5 seconds? Great interception, lovely through ball.
They're not doing well at the moment.
No. Well, they didn't do it.
They tell me they tend to ignore miss-hits. That's what they say.
Yeah,
I don't know how true that is. But anyway, you're very welcome. Alongside me, as you probably guessed, is Mr. Steve Brown. How are you, Steve?
Very well.
Good. And of course, also alongside me is Greg Stubley. You'll hear his dulcet tones very shortly. But well, I mean, how many cup finals are we having? We've had Leighton Orient, Arnsley, and now Stockport. We've still got the likes of Wrexham, Wickham, and Huddersfield to come. It's almost every game's a cup final, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, I think there's a nervousness around this one. If I'm honest, when you speak to people around the club, they see this as a big one, and it's like, I think if we bring our A game, we'll win. B game gets you the draw, but if we slightly fall off, I think Stockport and their home record and where they are in the league could see them win. I don't think we can be anything other than in the top two categories to get something here today. Although, speaking to their chairman just moments ago, he's not so confident, and that's the one thing we never do. We never look at it from their perspective.
Exactly that. And I, we were walking around here, and we get the same sort of feel. That I think both sides are both camps are quite nervous about this one. And I wonder if that's our nervousness is born from how well Stockport have been playing this season, but also the last time we were up here in the FA Cup, we underperformed big time. To lose here in the cup. So I'm wondering if there's a little bit of after effects of that as well.
Maybe. I mean, it was a pretty low point.
It was a low point, and it was freezing as well.
Yeah, and they deserved it as well on the night. So credit to them. But no, I think we all kind of felt once they lost Louis Barry that the wheels might fall off a little bit. The same with how we all felt about Wickham when they lost their manager, and they haven't. They've both maintained the form that they showed, with Louis Barry and with their previous manager. So you're sitting there going, okay, they're digging in, they're hanging around the playoffs, but I do think they've gone from 3 straight clean sheets, 3 wins on the bounce, to 1 clean sheet in 6 or 7 games. They are conceding, they're certainly not scoring as much. The highlights I watched, they try and play at times, but they can also go direct. I think Cosgrove's come out of the side, he was a big target man, and perhaps he might have felt that change was required because they were going a bit too direct. But look, I think we're in a better place in current form than they are, but they're particularly strong here. So we'll see.
When you consider that, when we played Orient, the club had similar reservations in the camp and the fans, because Orient were on a good run of form, and it was a real test, and we came through that. Met Barnsley at the Valley Tuesday night, similar sort of vibe beforehand, tough side. Will we rise to the test? And we did. And so this is just another one of those games where if we rise to the challenge, then fingers crossed and hopefully everything goes all right. Talking about Barnsley, we're going to look at the highlights of Tuesday night at the Valley. And towards the end, the Valley was rocking Tuesday night. It was a great atmosphere. Brought on by the victory, supplied by our current goal-scoring machine, Macaulay Gillespie, with a narrowing free kick, if I'm going to be a little bit, generous.
Yeah, I think when you score a goal, it is down to us to say how it went in and should they've done better, etc., etc. But Macaulay Gillespie doesn't care. It's another goal, and it's a pivotal goal. He's had a header late in a game that won us the game, which was a brilliant header. He's had the free kick, which you can only put it on target, see what happens. He did that. And it's a pivotal goal in as much as we come away with the 3 points. I would say the way they played defensively overshadows the strike. He should be more proud of the fact they kept a very good Barnsley side to a 0 and no shots on target in the second half. I thought defensively out of possession Tuesday night we were excellent, and over the 90 minutes, if you take out the first half an hour, over the 90 minutes we created. Connor Coventry had the shot that was arrowing in. We had the Berry half volley at the front post, and we had the Barnsley 1v1. So that's enough for me in big chances to have warranted the win. And I think we thoroughly deserved it. But they showed they're tricky. And there are the one thing you can tell about most leagues, League One, Championships, the same, that there are no easy wins. You have to go out and earn them. And at the moment, we are earning them. However we get them, we are earning them. If it's late goals, if it's defensive solidity throughout the 90, we're earning our wins. And, you know, there's something to be said for that inside a dressing room. It gives you a confidence that, you know, I've said this before, you can't measure confidence, morale, belief. You know, you just can't measure it. And when you have it, it makes a huge difference on the pitch. So I'm hoping, there's no doubt out there, there's no fear. They know if they bring their A game, there's a win here. I think across the board, individually, we've got better players. Simple as that. But you've got to perform to certain levels to win this game today.
Well, it's a lovely afternoon here up in Stockport for this game, and it's a sold-out away end away to our left-hand side. I'm sure actually there's just short of 1,200 Charlton fans are going to be in that end, and we probably could have sold. Maybe as many again. We could have sold. I mean, the last 3 away games have been sold out, and the fans are getting behind the side, and both. But I guess the side and the fans are responding to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And they often say which should come first. Should the supporters get behind the team when they're not doing so well, or do the team need to do well to get the supporters on side? And I always think it's down to the team, if I'm honest with you, because quite simply that's what you're paid to do. Is to win games, and I'm not really into the entertainment one. You know, the entertainment shout people give. No, you're here to win games and get us out of a league, or be successful within a league. And so I think it is down to the team, and they've absolutely done that, which is why we're getting the response we've got. I thought the supporters after the Leyton Orient game, I haven't seen that in a long time. That was a fantastic response. They stayed everyone to a man to cheer and sing. Players come out and done their running on the pitch, cheered them on, and it's lovely to see. And you know, we've sat here now for 4 or 5 years, us three, and at times it's been pretty dark. It's not been fun to commentate, and this has been a long time coming, and we need to enjoy it. The double bonus for them, that's stand they're in today. I was just talking to a lady in one of the lounges, and she said, you picked a great day for it. There's no roof on the stand to the left, so they're going to be basking in sunshine. So they've picked a wonderful day for it. The numbers are always good when we travel. And now they've got absolutely something to get behind, and they are getting behind the team, and it is lovely to see from our perspective. We've had some pretty rubbish times over the last 3 or 4 years, and now we're actually excelling, which is, and the fans are responding to it. So it's fantastic.
I hope quite a few of them have brought their sun cream, because there'll be a few red faces over there if they haven't. It's we're bathed in sunshine. Well, we're not. We're undercover, but they're bathed in sunshine over there to our left-hand side. So it's been a good day out, hopefully, for the Charlton fans away to our left. As I said before, almost 1,200 have made their way north there at what is a difficult kick-off time. You know, if you're heading up in the mornings, it's an early start for quite a few. Well, all of them, I suspect, unless a few came up last night. So let's hope the team rewards them with something to cheer during the game this afternoon. We also are going to hear from Nathan Jones shortly on what he had to say ahead of today's game. And when you're Nathan Jones as a manager, Brownie, and the team are playing well and everything seems to be clicking, how easy or difficult it is to maintain that? You know, it's almost like when there's a little bit of a struggle, the manager has to earn his corn in trying to pick you up or trying to get you going. When you're playing well, and it's like a continuation, is that easier or harder?
Oh, it's always easier.
But I mean,
it's always easier when you're winning games. And what? Look, the thing is with football and the history of football, it notoriously kicks you when you're on a high. And the key is, and Alan Kirbishy was huge on this, was not to get too cocky when you were having a great time, and not to be too despondent when you're having a poor time. But in saying that, you've got to get the balance of enjoying the good time and the good runs you get on, because they're few and far between, and football can be a very lonely place when you're not doing so well. So you do need to enjoy it and take all the plaudits that come your way. So if it's going over to the fans after this game, after win, soak up that atmosphere, soak up the praise, because we all know 3 losses later they're not praising you. So I always believe you should soak that up a little bit and take it on board. But as a manager, it's about making sure what's got you this run and these results. So whether that's a high tempo start, whether it's units and discipline within the back 5 and the goalkeeper, that you make sure that they attack it exactly the same manner and no complacency kicks in. Do not believe the hype that, yes, you want to hunt down second, but don't think it's a given right to hunt down second, because as quick as we simulate in Orient, you can go loss, and you've suddenly dropped 6 places. Yeah. So the key for Nathan is just to make sure that these guys mentally attack every game the same way that they've attacked to get us into this position, and not think we just got to turn up today, play in 3rd, 4th gear, and we'll win. No, attack it in 6th. Let's have a high tempo start, get on the front foot, because if these guys score, we know the statistics of when we take the lead. If you can get your nose in front, we're almost, I think, what have we had, 1 draw and the rest wins when we've taken lead. Is that correct? And that's what I'll be focusing on. You get yourself in front, but sometimes I think we're going to see Stockport change formation, and I've said this in the Barnsley game, sometimes you need 10 minutes as a staff. Oh, what have they done here? And it takes 10 minutes to, they might wrestle the game away from you because of the change of formation. It might mess them up, but you've got to weigh those things up quick on the sideline, adjust really quickly, and then once the game settles down, that's when your tempo and your attack takes over. But yeah, we're in a great spot.
That and when you're looking for your keeper to drop to the floor with a career-ending injury for 5 minutes. Speaking of Nathan Jones, let's catch up with the governor and hear what he had to say ahead of today's game. 50th game in charge, you celebrated that with the victory at the Valley against Barnsley. It sounded from your post-match comments that the win was celebration enough for you, and it's not yet time for popping the champagne corks or anything, is that fair?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean. And to be fair, it'd probably be a bottle of red rather than champagne anyway. But no, look, I'm very humble sometimes, because my family come from a mining community in Wales, and to have been a professional footballer for as long as I was, and then to be able to be a coach and to stay in football and to manage football clubs. And to be fair, I've managed some wonderful football clubs all in their own right. And I'm very humbled by that. So to be the manager of Charlton is humbling. 2, to have lasted from sort of January or February last year to the end of the season, it shows you're doing something right. And then to be here, after a year is another milestone, and then 50 games is another. And I'm very, very proud. I love my job here. I love the people I work with. I love the club. I love the direction we're going in. The rapport now with the fans is good, and we've had to work very, very hard to get that. So, as I said, I'm very humbled to be the manager of this football club, and as I said, really happy.
We're 2 games into what is a tough and fairly brutal run of fixtures in March, not just because of the level of opposition, but the sheer number of games in a short space of time. How is the squad? We saw Therese go down fairly late on in the game on Tuesday night, for example. How is he? Ashley, how's Ashley coming on as well?
Look, Ashley's a bit further away, obviously, so it's that one we've just parked a little bit while he sort of gets back up to speed. He's out on grass and sort of jogging and stuff, but it's it's an injury that's going to be a little while yet. In terms of Tyrese, it's stuff that we monitor, but he's fine. It wasn't an injury as such. It was more sort of fatigue and cramping, and that can lead to injury if you're not careful. But no, as you would imagine, the squad's in good shape. There's real good competition. 1 or 2 got games with the 21s the other day as well to keep everything fresh, and then we've had a real good training session today. So the squad's in a good place.
Stockport County next up at Edgeley Park, just above us in the table, of course, and in their first season back in League One, as with the draw at the Valley when they came down, you'll be expecting a tough game.
Oh, absolutely. Dave's got them playing well. He's done a magnificent job there, and real good football club, good people, but a real tough team to play against. We saw the game down here was tough. And it'll be no different, early kick-off on Sky, so much at stake, couldn't be better.
Yeah, another sold-out section of Charlton fans as well, going to be around about 1,200 fans we'll be back in the team. Stockport, decent effort, especially given the change in the fixture time. And on the back of Tuesday night when the Valley was rocking, especially towards the end there, and the celebrations you'd already mentioned at Orient, where the fans stayed in for a good 20 minutes after the game. You've said you want the whole club and everybody associated with the club to go on the journey, and it looks like that's what's happening.
Well, God willing, look, I expect it now. If you told me 1,200, 1,300, whatever it is, that Charlton fans are going to travel to Manchester, South Manchester, and and back the team. That ain't a surprise to me. I expect that now. That's the level that the fans have shown that they're at in terms of that, and I don't take it for granted. But you know, the whole club at the minute is in a good place, and we've always said and preached that we need everyone, because we don't want any any sort of disjointed edges here, or disjointed sort of fractions in the club. And we are aligned now. I think, you know, the ownership group is excellent, the people and the decision makers are excellent. We've got a squad and a staff that really wants to achieve anything, and loves being there, that wants to work, and then the fans now are seeing something they can get behind, which is good. So look, we have not achieved anything yet, but what we've done is take big steps forward, and we've had to take them little by little, but we have made big strides, and we've just got to continue that and keep that going forward, because momentum's a wonderful thing, but it can also shift if you're complacent.
So, yeah, well, that was Nathan Jones talking ahead of today's game and what he can expect. And of course, as he says, pretty much for most games, because he's right. You know, it's a tough one today. Stockport are flying high. They came up from League Two last season and have performed very well since coming up to the back in League One. So Nathan Jones under no illusion that today's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to March this time last year, Stockport have won 16 of their 22 home games in that time. That tells you how strong they are here. They won League Two, they've come up and they've performed incredibly well. So when you take that statistic and they've jumped a league, it's quite impressive. So be wary, be respectful, but I'm still convinced that if we hit our A game, there's a win here. You know, which we probably wouldn't have said 4 months ago, but I can confidently say that today. But we're going to have to play very, very well.
Right, well, one of the factors of us playing well at the minute, and it's no detriment to anybody else who was here before, of course, is that Will Mannion's back in between the sticks, having suffered the injury and deputised superbly by Ashley Maynard-Brewer until he picked up his injury, and Will Mannion has come back into the side. And let's hear what he had to say when he caught up with Charlton TV in the week.
Will, let's start with Tuesday. Your teammates pushed you to celebrate with the crowd at full time. How much does that say about the togetherness within the squad?
It's great, you know. We're in a good moment at the minute, and I think that's probably the reason why we're doing so well, is that we're so together. We have been from the start, but it's sort of really clicking now, and it's sort of starting to show on the pitch as well.
Teams had 15 clean sheets in the league this season. What do you put the defensive solidity down to?
I don't know. I don't think you can really put it down to one thing. I think that it's a whole team effort from the strikers to the midfielders to everyone really on the pitch. Just like I said, I think it's sort of starting to click now.
How much are you enjoying your football at the moment?
Loads, yeah. It's great to be back in the team, and obviously great 3 wins on the spin. So, you know, we're just looking to continue that now.
It's now 8 wins in 10. How much chatter is there in the dressing room about our recent form?
There's chatter, yeah. Obviously, we don't get carried away. We're still very aware that there's still sort of 11, 12 games left. So we're just focused on continuing what we're doing now and make sure that our momentum turns into continued results.
Yourself and Ash have both had strong spells in the team this season before suffering injuries. How much do you two support each other?
Great, yeah. It's been a great relationship over the year. Obviously working with Hendo as well, and you know, I think we were both pushing each other whilst we were in the team and out of the team. So it's a collective thought process that we both want to do well, and I want him to do well, and he wants me to do well. So, you know, I think it's a good relationship to be working there every day.
Stockport County up next on Saturday. What sort of challenge will they pose?
Be a tough game. Obviously doing well at the moment. Thinking back to the game we played against them towards the start of the season, it was a tough game. So, you know, we're just focusing on ourselves, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going, as I said. And we're all confident going into Saturday.
The team will be backed by a sold-out away crowd for the 3rd away day run-in. How much does that help you and the boys? Yeah, massive. You know, fans have been excellent recently, and so that really does help us on the pitch. You know, getting us behind us, and you know, we do really appreciate the support that we've been getting. Yeah. Thanks, Will. Best of luck.
Cheers.
So there we are. That was Will Mannion talking to Charlton TV ahead of today's game. I caught up with him in the week. And Steve Brown, I think I could come to you, obviously, because you're here, but also because a goalkeeper of some note. It's a tough, I wouldn't say tough life necessarily, but, you know, you're playing well, you get injured, you're dropped, and you don't come back in until the goalkeeper who replaces you also gets injured, especially if he's playing well. I mean, I know that's almost the same with every position, but it seems more prevalent in goalkeepers that, you know, once they're out until something drastic happens and they can get back in again.
Yeah, I mean, the major difference, obviously, is when you're an outfield player, you've got a chance of a sending off, which very rarely happens to keepers. You've got a chance of a impact injury, which, you know, going into challenges, etc., you know, can happen. So that you know, you've got a bigger percentage chance of changing. As a number 2 goalkeeper, you can wait all season.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you don't want him to be out of form, that's for sure, because then your team's not doing well, or he's not doing well as an individual, and you don't wish that on anyone. You know, well, I certainly didn't. I never wished another centre half, you know, to have poor games, or a right back for that matter. But when I got in, all I asked was, you know, from every manager, you give me the same time in the team as they got if I'm playing well. You know, which is all you can ask, and so it's down to you then to take that opportunity and stay in the team, and be ready for your opportunity. That's the biggest thing. Don't sulk in training. It's my biggest bit of advice. If you're left out and you don't like it, something happens to you and you're not happy, do not sulk, because only you are affected. Get out on that training pitch, work twice as hard, get yourself in front of the manager, you know, and show him that, you know, yes, you're not happy, but your response isn't to be like a little kid with your bottom lip out. It's to actually drive harder, work harder, be better.
And from Nathan Jones's point of view, the fact that he's got 2 decent goalkeepers to call on, whether they be first choice or second, I'm not sure you could call either of them first choice or second, to be honest. It must be a real benefit as a manager to have 2 goalkeepers that you know you can rely on.
Yeah, and they've both got slightly different assets, in my opinion, and therefore they're quite level in terms of, you know, sometimes you absolutely know your number 1 and you know who's number 2, and the 2 has to be patient. On this occasion, I just think it's, if you're playing better or if someone gets injured, I'm happy to flip it. You know, I think one's slightly better shot stopper, and I think one's slightly better at coming for crosses. But they're both, you know, in terms of, I wouldn't say you're number 1 and you're number 2. It's right, who's in the better form, and push each other.
And that's where we are today with Will Mannion, obviously back between the sticks. We heard from Nathan Jones that actually still a little bit away. I think he's back on the grass, but still a little bit away from returning to action. So Tommy Reid still deputises on the bench for him. And we will read you out the sides very shortly. We're waiting for the 2 teams to come out from underneath us. The Charlton end is getting slightly more packed as we get closer to kick-off. We're, about 6-7 minutes away now. I should imagine the bars are quite busy behind and either side of the stand. The home side, the home end's, again, not quite full up, so we'll see how that pans out. The capacity here is in the region of 10,800. I haven't seen what the average is here this season, but it must be fairly high, considering how well they're doing. So we're hoping for a decent atmosphere, decent game of football, and it's in the sunshine. So everything, all the boxes have been ticked, Brownie.
Yeah. You're just hoping we get a kind of a Leyton Orient game, which was a very good advert for League One football. It was open. I thought we were a better side in the first half, in truth, I thought they were very lucky to go in 0-0, but still, even the 0-0 was very, very enjoyable. And then what unfolded was brilliant. We're hoping for something similar today. I think that away, so the home end to our right will fill up. I'll be astonished if it doesn't. They normally get very, very good support here. I remember coming back here in the early 2000s. Yes, they were in the Championship, so it was very busy, but this creates a very good atmosphere here. I remember coming here and enjoying it.
Yeah, well, Edgeley Park, traditional ground. From the very first time I came here, the end away to our right-hand side, which is the home end, has changed a little bit since my first visit here, many moons ago, I have to say. So we'll discuss the side. I mean, anybody who's on social media will know already that Nathan Jones made 1 change. He's brought Miles Lieben into the starting 11, and as a result, Matty Godden drops to the bench. What do you think his thinking is behind that, Brown?
Well, maybe 2 things. It's very hard for us to understand or know why, you know, but I'd imagine Matty Godden maybe a little bit fatigued, creeping in. You know, he is up there in terms of age, so maybe a little fatigue creeping in. Maybe he's seen something in Stockport that he needs a bit more height in the team. Maybe that's a factor. You know, I do think Dave Challoner, you know, in the past has utilised long throws and set pieces, and Stockport have been dangerous at those, so maybe that's a factor. But I think Miles quite rightly came out the side when he did, and Matty Godden, you know, we're talking about these situations where you wait patiently and you get in the team. You can't really take Matty out on what he's done in the last few games and the goal scoring record that he's had since he's come into the side. And Miles has had to be patient, right? But Miles has looked a bit better, I think, come off the bench. He's looked a bit livelier. He's looked back to his old self a little bit in terms of coming off the bench, and now he gets that start. So today's quite a big day for Miles. You know, if he hits the ground running, gets himself a goal, then Nathan's got a little bit of a decision to make moving forward. But I kind of get it in terms of maybe Matty just needs a little bit of a rest. But we won't know that because we're not on the inside. But yeah, that's the two things I can think of sitting here.
I remember us being a little bit worried on Tuesday night when Therese Campbell came off, because he looked absolutely spent. He'd put so much effort in to the game on Tuesday night. He looked absolutely spent towards the end, and he was brought off because he went down. But as Nathan Jones said, it's more fatigue than an injury. So it'll be another one to watch just in case that comes back and haunts him. But before we discuss that, the two sides are coming out, away down to our left-hand side. I say two sides. Charlton are out first in the yellow shirts, black shorts and yellow socks. The home team, because of the tightness of the tunnel, are going to come out immediately afterwards. And as they do, I'll read you out the two sides, starting with our home side, Stockport County. In goal for them, number 34, Corey Adai. Number 4 and captain, Lewis Bates. 8, Callum Camps. 9, Tanto I've got to say this right, Ola Ofe. 12, Macaulay Southam Hales. 14, Will Collar. 15, Ethan Pye. 19, Carl Wotton. 23, Ryan Rydell. 26, Ollie Norwood. And 33, Brad Hills. Your subs for Stockport County, Max Medcalf, Kyle Noyle, Ibi Toure, Callum Connolly, Owen Moxon, Benoni Brecky Andresen and Sam Cosgrove. Your Charlton side will line up within goal number 25, Will Mannion. 2, Kane Ramsey. 3, Macaulay Gillespie. 5, Lloyd Jones. 6, Connor Coventry. 7, Therese Campbell. 8, Luke Berry. 10, the captain, Greg Doherty. 11, Miles Leeburn. 16, Josh Edwards. And 26, Thierry Small. The subs for Charlton, Tommy Reid, Tom McIntyre, Alex Gilbert, Karoy Anderson, Chuck Saniki, Matty Godden and Tene Watson. Your referee for this afternoon is Martin Coy. He's going to be assisted by Mark Ryder and Carl Buckley. And your fourth official is James Bancroft. As the two sides now just getting the right pronunciations here.
What are we going with?
I've been informed that the number 9 is Olafe.
Olafe.
So that's
all right.
Hopefully we'll have that covered as Charlton are.
Will we?
Well, yeah, we'll see. Set up on the left in front of the Charlton fans as we stand, and Stockport County move across to the right in front of their home fans. And Steve Brown was absolutely right. Home end has filled up considerably away to our right-hand side. Little pockets of spaces here and there, but generally it's a decent crowd in here at Edgeley Park this afternoon. As we wait for the kick-off, which is minutes away. Photographs with mascots and officials alike.
Yeah, this is in some respects, it's a favourite part of the day because you're nervous, you're soaking up the atmosphere. It's a beautiful day in terms of weather. The pitch looks gorgeous, and you're just rolling your shoulders, looking forward to the battle, but keeping yourself calm. But you know there's an excitement about this. They've got a great opportunity at Charlton to stamp their authority, you know, not on League One, but sending out signals every week to the other teams in League One. But I used to love this little period, trying to look at my opponent, see if he wants to glance and have a look back.
Stare into his eyes.
Yeah, I used to love all that side of it. The 1v1 battle for me was the, you know, I love playing in the unit, love working together with other players in my own team, but love that 1v1 battle, live for it.
Well, the two sides are staying as they are. The Annex will defend the... well, actually, as you look at it, it'll be away to your right-hand side. I'm just realising that the camera position is opposite where we are. So Charlton will defend the end to which the Charlton fans are congregated. And it's Stockport who will have the kick-off. We wait for the referee to check his watch, check with the keepers, and we are underway here at Edgeley Park with ball going back to the Stockport keeper Adai, and he sends it down the Charlton left, and there's already a tussle in there between Edwards and Wootton. Ultimately the ball goes off for a Charlton throw. Gillespie halfway inside the Addicks half on the left hand side with it. Down the line he goes with it, looking for Lieburn. Can't get there, it's headed clear. A drop into the centre with Stockport. Bringing it forward is on the left hand side. Olafe trying to cut inside Ramsey, and he does. And so Ramsey with an important touch afterwards. Just as Olafe was about to shoot, and it's away for the corner. But early warning sign for Charlton.
Yeah, picked up the ball in midfield, so 1 seconds, fed the ball out wide to Olafe. Very positive from the striker from Stockport on the front foot, driving Ramsey back, unbalanced him and got through Ramsey. I'll tell you what, that is a very, very important touch on the recovery from Ramsey. Great little touch, forced it out for the corner.
Corner on the Stockport left. Swung in to the near post, headed away by Jones. Got distance on the header as well. It comes back to Rydell, who knocks it forward, cleared by Charlton. And Charlton force Stockport all the way back. Rydell back to his keeper, Adai. Campbell pressing. Adai sends it forward again, looking for Wootton. Gillespie with the header away at the expense of a throw into Stockport. 10 yards or so inside the Charlton half. And the Charlton left, Stockport right. Southam Hales on the right hand side to throw in. Looking for movement. Blake came short. Was ignored momentarily. And the throw goes towards Wootton. Will get there ahead of Gillespie. Being held up, ball goes back and inside to Bate, cleared away by Doherty. Stockport still have possession. It's back in the centre with Pyatt. Lieburn trying to close him down, so he goes right to Hills, sends it forward up to Wootton, who touches it inside. Coventry on hand to intercept and clear it forward. Lieburn Campbell can't get there. Edwards, does he keep it in? Yes, he does. And ball's forward to Lieburn, who's sprung the offside trap. Lieburn, can he get his shot away inside the box? He does, but under serious pressure. Can't get it goal bound. But a brief glimmer of a chance for Charlton. Lieburn just couldn't get it under control and get his shot away accurately.
Yeah, the ball wouldn't settle. It just wouldn't settle, and he wasn't confident at any stage to get the shot away, and he didn't want to rush it. So you can understand why, as a striker, he was just waiting for that ball to settle down so he could get a clean strike. And then the defender just puts him off, just nudges him, and that's why you see the shot go wide. But encouraging, love to see Miles going behind. So looking out for him to do that today. Excellent first run.
Header from Jones, and there's some decent juggling with the ball on the floor by Berry, trying to release Small, but just gone beyond him. Stockport have it back on their left-hand side. Rydell cuts inside Lieburn with the challenge, almost taking the ball off him, and he's there again. Lieburn trying to stop the ball going down the line from Pye, and he does. At the expense of a throw into the home side on their left-hand side.
Yeah, I think now already you're seeing in his early stages Curtis Fleming and Nathan Jones up. Just like I said to you, get 5-10 minutes to adjust to what they've done. That looks like a diamond to me, which is unusual for them. They've been playing a back three. Looks like going into a back four.
Oh, that's great work from Doherty to win the ball back for Charlton. He's trying to set Campbell on his way through the middle, and he's annoyed with himself that he didn't quite work. He's also taken a knock for his troubles. Great challenge from Doherty as Stockport tried to play the ball out the back, and they had to send the ball forward. Campbell does really well to get there, and then he's penalised in that right-hand corner. Oh, sorry, the Charlton left-hand corner.
Yeah.
And it'll be a free kick to the home side.
Yeah, just to try and explain what their setup was, but whatever they do, there's an example of what we do very, very well. We press and we win and we nick, and it's a super little turnover for Doherty, and it's a shame the pass didn't find Campbell's feet, because that would have put him in a great position in, edge of the box 1v1, but the pass was a little wide.
Free kick to Stockport in their right-hand corner. Adai with the free kick away. Small got something on it, and Ramsey having to track back to kick possession for Charlton. In Coventry loses in the tackle, and Stockport send the ball forward into the penalty area. Olafe is there, but it deflects back, and it's a shot coming in from Camps that takes a deflection away from another corner.
Yeah,
there's end-to-end stuff here.
Yeah, and they're bright and lively, aren't they? In the final third, they move it quickly, they pressurise, they've got good strength along the front line. So there's a physical battle going on today. I said before the game, these are the ones you love. If you're a defender and you're up against two strong centre forwards, it's about getting on top of them, not letting them get set into the game.
Short corner routine to Bate. Bate sends it into the penalty area. Gillespie with a header away. Coventry will try and head it further away, but Bates there as well. Gets the ball back to Norwood. Sends the ball into the box. Jones heads it clear. Only as far as Southam Hales, who gets it left. And it's with Norwood. Ball run into the box from Camps, who goes down under pressure, and the referee's given a penalty.
No,
he hasn't. Sorry, heart in mouth. He pointed, didn't he?
Stop it.
Didn't he? He pointed towards. I'm telling you, he pointed straight down to the ground, and I thought penalty, but he's given a goal kick.
He's got to blow his whistle if he gives a penalty. And he just pointed his arm to a goal kick.
I'm going for a lie down.
Look, it's a brilliant run actually from Camps, off the shoulder and in behind. And Small, in desperation, he's just trying to not let him get on the end of that pass. He's not give it. Let's move on.
Yep, I'm not nervous at all. As the goal kick from Mannion goes into the right-hand corner, and Norwood has to defend it away. It'll be a Charlton throw. Small comes forward to take it, and the home fans not happy with the referee that he didn't give that decision. Edwards is going to send the throw in towards into at least the Stockport penalty area, towards the 6-yard box. Trying to get as long a run up as he can, with the advertising hoardings allowing. And in it comes towards the 6-yard box. Jones goes beyond him, headed clear. It's going to come back to Edwards. Takes a touch, swings it in, but it's too deep. And actually, wasn't a million miles away from the top right-hand corner, but the keeper had it covered, and it's away for a goal kick. Nearly 7 minutes gone, still goalless here, and we're all calm now.
Well, we were calm. There's only one of us not calm.
Just me then.
But yeah,
apologies.
Great start to the game. This is exactly what we were hoping for. Packed house, great away end in terms of support. Home team, in terms of great tempo, looking to get the ball forward, putting us under pressure. We're doing the same. We've had a couple of chances as well. Very good League One fixture. This is
Stockport sending the ball forward, but Doherty does well to step in to win it back for Charlton, and then lays it back to Gillespie. Tried to send Berry on his way down the right-hand side, but overdid the crossfield ball. So
I think there's a strong wind out there. There's a strong wind from left to right. What?
I'm trying to look at the flags.
Right to left as the TV.
I'll have to trust you on that because I can't see it.
No, there's a big wind. That cross shouldn't have gone out of play behind the goal like that, and that ball through shouldn't have gone that far. So there must be a very strong wind out there in favour of Charlton at the moment.
Throw down the line. It's cleared inside, and then Jones meets it and sends it back to pretty much where it came for another throw-in. It's not quite halfway inside the Stockport half on their left-hand side. Just looking at that wind, you're right, Brownie, from cross-field, left to right. Corner flags bending in that wind as the throw-in's taken, as Norwood brings it forward, sends it down the line. Jones, the first to react, will get it forward. Up towards Doherty. Little touch right to Small. Did he keep it in? He did, but he can't find Leaburn. Cleared away, only as far as Jones, who heads it back towards Doherty. Headed away by Bates. Now Small tips it inside to Berry, and then the most unsubtle drag to the floor from Ethan Pye on Leaburn. And Charlton have a free kick on the right-hand side, 20 yards inside the Stockport half.
Yeah, blatant free kick. Just moments ago when Doherty received to feet, looked up, a lot of space in behind, and it didn't have to necessarily be Miles. I was looking at Campbell on the far side. Could he have made a little diagonal in between the two Stockport defenders, in behind for Doherty to extend their back line? Love to see Tyrese make that run if it happens again.
Berry's going to take this free kick as Charlton send bodies forward. Stockport with everybody back, bar one man in the wall. That man being Norwood, as Berry prepares to send this in. He does. Deep one. Oh, it's a bit too close to the keeper, I think, who comes in it one-handed. Oh, risky claim by a dive, but he got there.
Yeah, tricky for anyone taking set pieces here, because it's just going a lot further than you anticipate when you strike it. Keeper's starting point was high, and he came early, but I didn't fill me with confidence on that one. I'd keep putting him under pressure if we can.
Sends it long, it's held up in the wind. Jones sends it forward. Lehman with a flick on. Oh, Campbell just running too soon and finishes well.
Yeah.
But the free kick had already taken place, and Stockport won a booking for Campbell because he kicked the ball away after the whistle had gone. Yeah, albeit in the back of the net.
I'd be surprised if you get booked for that. You could just argue with the atmosphere and the noise and the drumming, you can't hear the whistle. But yeah, I like to see players anticipate, and Tyrese anticipated. He was a fraction offside. It was the right decision, but lovely touch from Leeburn. Excellent run from Tyrese in terms of anticipating.
Ball from Rydell down the line. Coventry comes out and out-muscles Camps, who felt he was fouled, as does the home of hands. Referee disagrees. There'll be a goal kick to Charlton.
Yeah, and do you know what? He's gone to ground twice, hasn't he, on physical challenges? And I think I quite like referees that do this. I've said this for years and years. He'll stop doing it. You don't give a couple, and they'll stop throwing themselves to the ground.
Yep, quite happy as long as it's consistent. And so far, it has been exactly that. As Mannion gets his goal kick away, Leeburn tussling, gets something on it, goes straight up in the air. Doherty battling for it in midfield, gets his head to it. Leeburn would have been offside, so doesn't challenge for it, and then Coventry just allows the ball to go out of play. Camps with a little sly dig as he did so. And Coventry none the worse for the way out, and Charlton have a throw in on this right hand side. Ramsey just inside the Stockport half, in front of the home dugout, looking for movement inside. It'd probably be better to go down the line, and he does exactly that towards Leeburn. Gets a good flick on, but Campbell not close enough to benefit, and it will run through to Adai in this edge of his 6-yard box. Looking for a little roll out. He's got Hills to his right, and he instead drops it to the floor and sends it long down the middle. Jones battles for it, gets there, heads it clear. Doherty with a little touch left to Edwards, sends it high and gets a little bit underneath it, and comes off his outside left of his boot, and it's away for a throw-in to Stockport on their right-hand side, 10 yards inside their own half. Southam Hales looking to throw it in. Does so to Bate. Goes back to Southam Hales, but he forward straight to Edwards. Again, tried to release Campbell. Just went beyond him, and Hills can guide it back to Pye. In turn goes back to his keeper, who gets underneath that and skies it as well. Small going to battle for this, gets something on it, but he can't find Berry. And then this time, Norwood goes to ground, and this time the referee gives the free kick.
Yeah, no complaints. A little unnecessary, I think, from Berry, because they were under a little bit of pressure there. But yeah, a little mistake from their defence, putting it back on the keeper's weaker foot. Skies it up in the air. Keeper wasn't too impressed with that, Dyke. Had a little word with the centre half. But we've got to listen. We're going toe to toe physically at the moment, and the looks of this game and how it's unfolding, you cannot step off the physical side of this one. I think they're looking to break us down physically first to then get the game going, and at the moment we're toe to toe.
Pye with a free kick, great head up for Gillespie to find Doherty, but he can't find Campbell, and then Edwards steps in as the ball cuts across. He felt he was fouled. Instead, referee gives a throw in to Stockport, just inside the Charlton half now on their right-hand side. Southam Hales taking yards upon yards on this throw. They're still moving. Throws it infield to Norwood. Sends it long and into the Charlton penalty area, and it's a comfortable one for Mannion to step out of his 6-yard box to claim it.
Good squeeze, actually. Really liked the reaction as that ball fell and went backwards. Great squeeze from the back line.
Roll out to Gillespie. Sends it long, looking for Leeburn. Gets a touch to it. Oh, Campbell can't get there at the first attempt, but he does at the second. Therese Campbell back to Edwards. Doherty's inside. Edwards again. This is Campbell trying to feed Doherty in and snapping into the challenge.
Yeah.
Well, Southam Hales gets it off Doherty for a throw into Stockport.
Good anticipation again. Tyrese trying to get off the shoulder of Leeburn, and actually if we can retain possession as Tyrese drives forward and turns back, if we can find Doherty or Coventry, there is this big switch on again. Berry's occupying the left-sided centre half and the left back's covering round, and Small is on a diagonal.
Throw in one back by Charlton. It's Coventry out to Edwards. Under pressure, goes long. Leeburn's not going to get there, but Hills heads it up in the air again. Berry challenging, but he can't get there. Leeburn also challenging. Rydell guides it back to his keeper, Adai. Gets it away, unconvincingly, but he's managed to find Collar. Out goes left to Southam Hales, whose ball forward is straight to Gillespie. Now Edwards on the left. Further left is Campbell, looking to take his man on. Goes past him and then pushed out. Referee again. Consistency, I guess. Waves it away. Stockport send it clear, but it's a ball straight to Thierry Small on the right-hand side. Goes motoring down that right. It's been pressed all the way and runs out of room a little bit. It's good tracking back from, well, Olafe.
Yeah, if he's going to do that all game, crikey, if every time Small gets on it, Alafe is responsible for doubling up. It's going to need some serious stamina.
Stockport send it long. Wootton on the chase. Gillespie comes over, gets something on it with his head. And trying to shield the ball, but that's great work from Ramsey to stand in front of him, win the ball back with Charlton. Up to Berry. Berry looking for the switch to Campbell. Campbell, great bring down from Therese Campbell. He's attacking the penalty area on his right foot. Tried to touch it into Miles Leeburn, but he couldn't find him. Stockport cleared away, only as far as Edwards. Into Coventry. Quarter of an hour gone, still goalless here. Coventry out right to Ramsey. Small, further right, on the touchline. Is he going to take his man on? Cuts back inside, now swings the ball across, but it's too deep for everyone. It'll sail out of play for a goal kick on the far side.
Yeah, lots to digest in that. That cross was obviously massively overhit. Loved a little bit of defending Gillespie. That is really hard to defend. Ball's holding up in the wind, centre forwards pressurising you underneath. He dealt with that well. Lovely recovering tackle from Ramsey. Love to see that diagonal. Ball went into Berry, takes it on the back foot, opens up, switches to Campbell. It creates that 1v1 immediately. I think there was some super covering on the inside. They are taking some risks playing out again, aren't they?
Playing out the back, and they just about got away with it on this left-hand side. Well, Rydell has to just swipe it out of play for a Charlton throw. But Doherty's so close to nipping in there and winning it back.
He's done that well
on
so
the edge
far.
of the penalty area. Charlton have the throw into Coventry by Ramsey. Oh, it's a heavy touch, but he's ridden the challenge well by Camps. Out to Coventry again. Coventry, ball into the feet of Berry, trying to flick it round the corner. Doesn't come off. Stockport cleared away, only as far as Gillespie. Up to Doherty. Turns well, Doherty. Looking for space, looking for Coventry, and he finds him. Back up to Jones. Jones, ball, lovely ball through to Campbell on the left. Campbell out to Edwards. Edwards thought about a first-time cross, then changed his mind. Back inside instead to Coventry. Coventry, ball forward and across to Ramsey, looking to take his man on again on the outside. That's not, again, I got it wrong. It's Small. Small does get past his man, but cleared away only as far as Coventry once more. Coventry, ball into the feet of Berry. Berry gets the ball across, cleared away before it can find either Campbell or Leeburn, and Charlton will have a throw in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, very good stuff from Charlton at the moment. Go back to that diagonal from Berry. We've stayed on the front foot. We've pressurised well, won it back again. It's a good period for Charlton. Driving Stockport back, defending their box. Keep putting the pressure on, long throw coming.
Edwards comes across to take it. Again, most, all but Ramsey are in the penalty area as the throw comes in. Gillespie back to Edwards, sends the ball into the box once more. Oh, and he's avoided everybody, and then right at the far post, a lunging effort from Berry, and he just couldn't get over the top of it, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Yeah,
Charlton coming close.
Yeah, that's the best delivery of the game. Put in exactly the area you just want it left to attack. Not sure what happened to Miles there. I haven't seen a replay, but I thought he was favourite to win the header and put us 1-0 up, and it just went past him. Berry coming in late, couldn't quite get the purchase on a difficult technical half volley. Goal
kick sent away, hanging in the air again. Jones comes to meet it, heads it forward. Campbell can't get there. Berry tussling on. That looked like it might have hurt. But he's looking to get back up on his feet. An aerial challenge that he came second best to. Charlton work it back to Manu, who sends it clear. And this time the ball caught in the wind, comfortably through to Adai in the Stockport penalty area. Just looking at...
no, he'd been manhandled, that's why.
Yeah. Just couldn't get past his man to get contact with his head as Adai clears it away. Gillespie can't get there. Wootton will pick it up. That's a good challenge from Jones to win it back for Charlton. Tries to send the ball forward, and ball's gone out of play before he can do so. So it's a throw into Stockport on the right-hand side. Inside the Charlton half. By about 10 yards, I think.
Yeah, it's fair to say on the cross that Miles was physically under a lot of pressure. That's why he couldn't get on the end of it.
Referee actually sending South Wales back a few yards. So still a throw on the right-hand side, though. Looking for movement. Charlton matching that movement, so still the throws in the hands of Southern Wales. Now he manages to find Norwood. Challenged by Berry. It's judged to be another Stockport throw, though Berry's not overly impressed with that. Southern Wales with the throw, this time up to Wootton. Under pressure from Gillespie. Goes back out to Southam Hales and then down the line, looking for the run of Collar. Collar, ball into the box, headed away by Jones. Run out to Norwood. Back out right to Southam Hales. His ball into the box, cleared away by Gillespie. Good header clearance as well, and Hills has had to head it out of play for a Charlton throw.
Yeah.
Edwards quickly with it, looking for Leeburn. Again tussling, and he's brought to ground. Had to be a foul. Hills has come across and put it out of play for a throw. How can that not be a foul? His shirt was up by his throat. And Nathan Jones is making that comment to the fourth official, who's not happy with the way he's describing it. How can that not be a foul? It's a strange one.
I don't understand that one. Can't give an explanation as to why he didn't give it, but it's good to see Miles threatening him behind. I think that's a big play of his today. I think everyone's predicting him to come to feet. He's got to drop his shoulder and get him behind. He's caused them a few issues with that run.
Quick throw. Back to Coventry. Coventry inside to Ramsey. He's got space to move into if he wants to. Takes the shot, Ramsey, straight down the throat of Adai, who didn't have to move, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, worth a try.
Well, Nathan Jones and the fourth official have patched up the differences as Stockport get the ball forward. Wootton with a touch. Gillespie, an important header away. Small trying to find Berry, but Norwood steps in. It's now with Stockport again. Camps gets a shot away, but mishits it, and he felt he was fouled as well, and the referee's given absolutely nothing to anyone.
Well, no, because that's not a foul. I mean, the Miles Leeburn's clear as day. The only thing I'll say is the assistant is over this side, so he's 60 yards away from it, but I don't know why his shirt was clearly being pulled, but there you go, didn't give it, so.
Charlton take it quick out to Edwards, who has his attempted ball down the line, blocked by Collar. I'll be handing you over to Greg Stubley fairly shortly. That's a Charlton throw. On the left-hand side, Gillespie will send this long. Leeburn goes across, the hopeful recipient. Down the line it goes. Leeburn with the flick on, looking for Campbell. Norwood just steps in before he can get there and guides it back to Adai on the edge of his penalty area. And immediately passes it left to Pye. Pye. Olafe went to run. And as a result, the ball went down the line. Ramsey got the flick inside. It almost felt kind of to Camps, but Coventry sends it away. Hills heads it forward for Stockport, straight to Ramsey, who guides it backwards, and but small backwards to Ramsey, who just about gets there and finds Mannion, who sends it clear up towards Leeburn. Little flick inside by Leeburn to Berry, and everybody's holding everybody there. And the referee decides that's more a Stockport free kick than a Charlton one, and as he does that, I'll hand you over to Greg Stubley to lead commentate for the rest of this first half.
Yeah, relatively comfortable in the last 15 minutes. Mannion hasn't had a lot to do. It was a super start. They have threats. They look, when they get the ball in the right area, Stockport, they look a threat in their attacking third, but they've not got in there enough. Back line's doing a very, very good job at the moment.
Thank you, Tel. Thank you, Brownie. After 23 minutes, still 0-0 here at Edgeley Park. It's been a decent game, though. Charlton have had chances. Miles Leeburn couldn't get the ball down to have a clear shot on target, and the ball went wide, and then there was a chance for Luke Berry at the far post as he was stretching a difficult chance. The ball just went over the bar. The Addicts have certainly been in this game. It's been a competitive game, and there's another free kick given this time for the Addicts as a challenge comes in from Southern Hales, and Charlton will have the free kick just inside their half. Gillespie to take the free kick. And Charlton will send bodies forward. Lloyd Jones, a late arrival from defence up to that final third. As Gillespie goes long over the head of Leeburn, comes down to Lloyd Jones, who tries to take it down and very nearly does. Ball just rolls to a die in the end. But Lloyd Jones almost presented himself with a great chance to take the lead.
Yeah, listen, he's taken up a great position. Anticipated that Miles might cancel out the challenge from the centre half, and if he has a good first touch, he's got a one with a die. It's a bit similar to the Berry chest control the other night, just got away from him.
Stockport on the right hand side, Southern Hales inside to Camps. Southern Hills will have the ball back and looked over the top for Collar, but it goes out of play and Charlton will have the throw.
He's imposing himself physically, actually, Miles, on the two centre-halves. He's won 3 or 4 headers, flick balls inside, flick balls on over the centre-halves for players to run on to, cause a little bit of chaos there. He's putting himself about physically, which is great to see.
You only need to see the dirt that's on his shirt to back up your point, Brownie, as Doherty with the ball forward towards Campbell's headed away. Coventry first to it for Charlton, and Doherty helps it on. Campbell likewise, and Leeburn will give chase up against Pye, but the ball's up in the air. Doherty with the header down. There's Campbell. Berry back to Campbell. Down the line, the ball stays in play, and Stockport clear it forward. Back to Jones, who uses Mannion behind him, and Mannion clears it forward. Rydell will let the ball bounce, and it takes off. And Small will give chase, and that ball's heading towards that corner flag at rapid pace, and Small's not quick enough to get there. Stockport will have the throw. Lafay flicks it on towards Camps, and Lafay gets the ball back. Edwards comes across trying to make the challenge, but Lafay still brings the ball forward. Out to the right to Collar. Collar looks up, ball in the penalty area is a decent one towards Wootton, who heads it down but couldn't get any power on it. And Mannion gets there first ahead of Lafay. Isaac Lafay, and Tanto Lafay, should I say, the man who's looking to try and open things up for Stockport going forward.
Yeah, I mean, we got ourselves stretched a little bit there. Edwards coming all the way from left wing back to the right-hand side of the pitch to try and win a ball that he didn't manage to win. And that allowed him to switch play, and we looked very, very open at that point. Very difficult for Wootton actually to do anything with that. There's no pace on the ball. We can only cushion it back into an area trying to feed Lafay, but luckily for us it run through to Mannion. But yeah, it's amazing how quickly something can turn when someone doesn't get the challenge right. That's the first time really Stockport have had a stretch since the opening 5 minutes.
Dye puts the ball on the ground and will go long. Call on a target. Gillespie tries to get there, but can't do so for Charlton. And Jones felt he was fouled by Lafay, but Lafay will bring the ball forward. Play will continue, and it's a poor ball, and Gillespie's back to clear it away. Leeburn up against 2 Stockport players. They both, all 3 actually, fall to the ground, and play will continue. Dye takes his time. He's goalkeeper known for his distribution. Had a good season for Crawley last year as part of their promotion winning side. Ball forward. Jones with a good header down, and Berry with a lovely turn against Norwood. Looks ball forward towards Campbell, and it's well cut out by Southern Hills. This ball's over to the left-hand side, and Rydell. Ball looking towards Wootton. Ramsey tries to get there, couldn't do so, and Jones is behind him. Bit of head tennis from a combination of Bate and then Camps, but Charlton clear it away. Stockport have the throw. Rydell to take. Looking for movement. Bate comes short. Bate it is with the ball forward. Cut out by Coventry. Camps breathing down his neck, so it goes back to Mannion, and Mannion's kick goes out of play.
Yeah, I think a swinger with a left foot on a diagonal over the top of the right back, Stockport's right back for Campbell, maybe. Risky going back to Mannion in these conditions. Big bobble just as it got to him, and now we're under pressure from a throw-in. But good anticipation from Coventry in the first place to win it. Just need to see him play forward if he can.
Rydell the cross in the penalty area. Jones heads it away. Southern Hills back towards the Addicts box, headed away this time by Gillespie. Bate with the ball down to Rydell. Looks at the ball inside, looks at the 1-2. The ball will go back towards Rydell. Chased by Small. Small makes the challenge, but it'll be a Stockport County throw.
I guess that's one thing we haven't seen too much of in this game. Is Small as in advanced positions. He's had 2 or 3 moments, but by and large he's been defending.
He's thrown in the penalty area. Lafay looks to turn. His shot's blocked. Ball's on the left-hand side. Rydell again. Cuts inside. Right-footed cross this time. And there's Lloyd Jones again. Great header. And Leeburn will give chase. He has a decision to make. And just flicks it forward Rydell the target. It's a push in the back from Thierry Small. Stockport have the free kick.
Yep. Just a slight momentum shift in these last 2 or 3 minutes.
Ollie Norwood has a decent delivery. Sort of Sheffield United in the Premier League not too long ago.
Well, his first corner, I wrote it down in my notes. You know, superb delivery from this left-hand side, right foot.
Rydell also potential option, left footer. Again, he's got decent delivery on him. And it's going to be Rydell to take. Left-footed ball in the penalty area. Gillespie heads it away. Bate picks up the pieces and goes back to Southern Hells. Gets the ball back, the Stockport County captain. Southern Hells once more, inside to Pye. Southern Hells this time will go to the right-hand side. Ball looking for Hills, who's managed to keep the ball in. It's it into the penalty area. Edwards gets something to it, and then Gillespie just clears it away. The ball will go all the way to the dying Stockport goal, and Charlton will look to push up. So we've played over 30 minutes now, still 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, chances are at a premium. We haven't had too many. We've had moments, but not actually gilt-edged chances.
Ramsey the pull ball down, and it's Camps on the left-hand side with space to drift into. Camps cuts inside Coventry. Ball looks across to Bate, who cuts inside. Bate with a shot, well blocked by Doherty, who gets the ball back from Berry. Doherty brings it forward before being tripped, and Charlton will have the free kick.
I think the way Stockport leave themselves, which is 1v1 when they're attacking. Campbell was 1v1, Leeburn was 1v1, and that's Coventry now and Doherty have received possession in midfield areas. Just can they try and find one of those two, either off the shoulder, in behind, or maybe to feet, and then that means we can support that. But both midfielders have gone sideways with the ball. Excellent that Doherty won the free kick there, and Coventry also went back to Mannion. Just can we try and find one of those two to feet? If Stockport are going to leave us 1v1, there's a chance there if we can look up and get that ball forward quickly.
Mannion with the ball forward, headed away by Hills. Balls back to Gillespie, goes long again. Jones this time the target. Jones wins the header. Leeburn trying to get there. Hills managed to get a leg across to clear it away. Now Stockport will further clear towards the halfway line. Gillespie, first time ball, will work its way to Thierry Small. He's up against Rydell. Looks to go on the outside, Small, and can't keep the ball in play.
Yeah, he had very little options there. It was either back to Ramsey, and I don't think he fancied that pass, or it was to try and do what he did, which was take on the outside, push and run, and he just went with the outside left, I think. It's just come off the wrong part of the boot and throw in Stockport.
Down the throw down the line. Jones wins the header. Leeburn jumping with Rydell. The ball comes down. At the top looking for Wootton. Hits it inside to Collar. The challenge from Coventry, and then Ramsey is there for Charlton. Beyond his man Camps, but then trips. Collar coming back to make the challenge. And Stockport have a free kick in a similar position to the foul that Thierry Small committed not too long ago. As Rydell comes across alongside Norwood. It might be the right foot of Norwood this time. Charlton with everyone back. Campbell and Berry, the only two slightly further forward. Norwood does leave it for Rydell again to swing this in. Footed delivery towards the edge of the penalty area is flicked on by Pye. Harmlessly wide, and Charlton with the goal kick.
I think you're going to find second half that those deliveries are going to be coming in whipped across with the wind, and they're going to be very, very dangerous. They're curling away from goal, you know, and I don't really know what they can do with that. They're 18. These deliveries are on the edge of the 18-yard box, so you're kind of just trying to cushion it back into, say, the middle of the 18, say penalty spot, 6-yard box. They just can't make any contact. But I'm really impressed with how we've attacked our headers today. And Jones and Gillespie have attacked the first ball up incredibly well.
Manuel with the goal kicks over the top of Leeburn. Small down to Campbell. Campbell trying to hold up the ball. And I felt he was fouled, and instead the referee's giving it the other way, thinking that Campbell's momentum is just carried into the Stockport man. Stockport will have the free kick, although Rydell's still on the floor. Looks across to the bench. 34, coming up 35 minutes played. Your thoughts so far, Brownie?
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we thought it was going to be. In terms of this is you've got to get control of this game physically, and neither have got control of it physically yet. They're both still battling hard, and there've been moments. We've had the better moments, I think, inside the penalty areas, but we've also had some very big moments in terms of the Ramsey nick really early on in this game. Really important touch. So it's finely balanced, but I don't think either side's got control of the game yet. Normally someone's taking control of the game at this point, but it's very, very even.
The dice kick goes straight out of play after all of that, and Charlton will have the throw. Rydell's fine to continue. Didn't need treatment in the end, so it was only a momentary break as Ramsey will take the throw. Down the line forward towards Lieberman. Gets something to it. The ball comes down, and then Camps flicks it out of play.
You know, sometimes games are tactical. Team shapes win it, or the way that you rotate your midfield or your fronts or something, it wins the game. But this is just about roll your sleeves up at the moment and make sure you're going toe to toe and you're not getting bullied or beaten physically. But someone will give at some point. That's why these games are fascinating. And you've got to go toe to toe, and it could take to 80 minutes before you start wrestling control physically.
Ramsey the throw forward. Lieberman helps it on, and the ball's flicked out of play, and Charlton will gain yards. Ramsey now inside the Stockport halfway inside, and Josh Edwards comes across to the right-hand side to take. And there's a long throw anyway, but in this wind it seems to go even further.
But it's going to be something like this. From what we've seen in the first 37 minutes, it's going to be a throw, a set piece.
Edwards with the long throw in the penalty area. Hills heads it away. It's an awkward bounce for Ramsey. Gets something to it. Edwards up in the air. Doherty would jump. Collar likewise. And Southern Hills battling with Tyrese Campbell. And again, Charlton want a free kick, but nothing doing. The referee's been incredibly lenient with the amount of pressure and manhandling, but that one looked like, again, it was just a little bit too much.
Almost got to give him a bit of credit because they've got their arms around players. They're not allowed to move. They're pinning them, and the referee's allowing it. So
balls out towards Alafe. To the right, the left-hand side of Stockport's attack, and Rydell side to Norwood. Exchanges passes with Bate. And ball inside to Collar. Further right to Southern Hills. Johnson do well to push the ball back as it comes to Hills. Inside to Bate. Looks to try and Cruyff turn. Coventry stays with him all the way, and there's a lucky deflection that falls into the path of Bate. Out to the left to Camps. Further left is Rydell. Cuts inside, and the ball's too much on that. And Mannion will gather.
I don't know why Rydell was moaning about that. They hadn't made the run. So the ball should have gone into the penalty spot, really, not towards our goalkeeper. And he's having a moan up the left back for Stockport, but it was the wrong pass. But yeah, touch of fortune there for Bate. I thought it was an excellent challenge from Coventry. If he comes out the other side with that ball, we're breaking on them, but just fell for Bate and he broke out on us. But there's no real pattern. If you look at the passing patterns in this game, or dropping off and trying to find a certain player, or Charlton setting a trap on the press, none of that's really going on. This is purely just about winning individual battles across the pitch here.
Ball inside to Norwood. Forward to Alafe. Challenge comes in from Jones, and then Coventry does well to get their head of Camps, just to flick it away in front of Nathan Jones. The away technical dugout to our left as we commentate, and to your right as if you are watching on Charlton TV. Rydell, ball inside. Gillespie making the challenge. Wharton likewise as the ball's down with Rydell. Now, Pye, the ball down the line to Alafe, does really well to turn Ramsey. He's in the penalty area. Ramsey gets back yet again and makes the challenge. Two brilliant bits of recovery defending from Kane Ramsey in this match, but Alafe's the man causing issues.
He's a handful physically, and he can be a little bit clumsy at time when he makes a challenge on you in terms of aerial. And he's hurt one or two out there in his first 45 minutes, but that was a lovely turn. I thought Ramsey tried to take a gamble and get down the side, got it wrong, went on the outside, turned on the inside, which is very dangerous if you're going to take a risk on the inside and let him spin on the outside. But he's a handful of Alafe at the moment.
Corner comes in towards the far post. Hills tries to jump for it and get something to it, but it's going towards the corner flag, and Charlton with the goal kick. But yeah, I've not seen too many players cause Well, welcome back to Hedgley Park. If you're only listening, don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Well, we just had to reboot the system. A few plugs and things became loose, but that is the joys of League One live commentating, I can tell you that. But joined by myself, Chris Subley, Steve Brown and Terry Smith again. And as I said, if you are just tuning in to Charlton TV, or you just missed what happened during those few minutes, it was all up in the air, long balls over the top.
Such
really.
a bit of a I mean, we've lost our sort of attacking impetus in the last 10 minutes, and Stockport have certainly wrestled momentum back in their favour without actually pressurising and getting shots away and testing Mannion. But the game's hit a bit of a lull. If you can hear both managers sending out their tactical advice, which is very unusual. So both sets of fans are just in anticipation and not actually making any noise, because the game's not really providing many moments to get behind.
Ball forward, Lloyd Jones with a header away. Almost finding Lieburn. Ball's over the top. Hills goes back to his goalkeeper. Lieburn with the pressure. Ball is forward. Collar the touchdown. Good challenge from Gillespie, but breaks nicely to Norwood. The ball's given away though. Campbell looking to turn. Norwood gets back. Charlton not having much joy.
He's not receiving the ball wide in every occasion. He's receiving it wide and facing his own goal. We've got to find a way to get it to feet to Tyrese on the front foot and chasing people. And if their defending is that good, it's that tight that he can't do that. We've got to look to try and maybe in the second half, when the ball holds up, to get him in behind off the shoulder. Very difficult to do that when the ball's taking it through to the keeper and anything with any power on it. But second half, that might be an avenue we explore.
Buried the ball forward, looking for Tyrese Campbell. The ball will get to Campbell, and Hills did well just to be patient. Didn't dive in and waited for Campbell to try and get it past the centre half and made the challenge. And that was almost an opportunity for Charlton.
That was a big opportunity, and you've got to give Hills credit for the challenge. But he kind of made himself a little predictable, Tyrese. He was desperate to get in on the right-hand side, and I think with his pace, maybe just push it on the outside and take him on and get him behind first. But give Hills credit, he was patient, good challenge.
Ball's headed down inside to Norwood, out to the right to Southern Hells, who goes long enough for the target. Ramsey just holds him off, and Mannion comes out to collect, as we've got about 15 seconds or so before the end of the initial 45 minutes. And wait and see how many added minutes at the end of this first half, as Gillespie the ball forward, cleared away by Hills up towards Wootton. And there is no added time. So the end of the first half, it's Stockport 0, Charlton 0, and a game that didn't have too many chances, but Charlton have had the best moments in the match. Miles Leaburn early on raced onto a ball that just wouldn't sit nicely for him, and his shot went wide. Luke Berry had an opportunity as well when the ball was in the penalty area towards the far post. Berry stretched for it but couldn't make a clean connection to get the ball on target. Stockport have looked lively when Alafe's been involved. He certainly caused Charlton one or two problems. Kane Ramsey with 2 last-ditch challenges there, but Will Mannion hasn't had a save to make. And at half-time here at Edgeley Park, it's Stockport 0, Charlton 0. And Brownie, your initial thoughts on that first 45 minutes?
A battle. A real good old ding-dong tussle with physical battles all over the pitch. Not a shot on target from the home side. So resilience defensively from us. I think Gillespie and Jones have done a brilliant job of winning the first balls up at times. I think they've won that more often than they've lost it. Alafe is the only one really that's causing us the physical issues. Wootton's not so physical. But to restrict Stockport to prods down the side and moments in the final third, but without actually testing Mannion, is testimony to how we've defended in that half. If you look at the chances we created, I thought the Edwards cross, we should have got on the end of that somehow. Maybe Miles, it's difficult because when a centre-half's got older, it's easy for me to sit here and say, maybe get away from him if you can, but you've got to give that defender a little bit of credit. Go on, you're itching to say something.
No, I want to say, asking you that question, because I didn't get a chance to say it on air. Yeah. At what point does it become too much?
Physical contact?
Yes.
Well, shirt pull is when if you wrestle yourself away from someone, you get the shirt pull. But when you're just wrestling with them, it's very difficult for referee to see who's at fault. So you generally it gets let go. But that was a wicked delivery from Edwards. The Leaburn chance that just wouldn't settle was probably the big moment where you thought, go on, and the ball wouldn't settle for him. And you could see in his brain he was going, please settle, I need to get this shot away, and couldn't. And then the defender put some pressure on. We've had a couple of very, very good last-ditch tackles from Ramsey. But, if that's what we're talking about, last-ditch tackles from Ramsey, it tells you what a good job we've done on them. It'd be interesting to see how the wind affects, because we're now both sides are kicking towards their supporters. Right, so if you can get on top of this game and Stockport are kicking towards their big stand where all the home fans are, you're going to get a lot of noise. Same with us. If we're starting to get a period we're on top, that 1,200 away to our left are going to make a lot of noise. So that might make a factor. The wind and how that affects the game. I think Campbell will be able to get off the shoulder here on a diagonal, and the ball's going to hold up. Right, so do Stockport defend a little bit deeper because of that, or are they brave and they hold a high line, but gives the opportunity for Campbell to get in behind? These are all things that will unfold in the second 45. But as the away side, we've contained a team that's won 8 of their last 10 games here. I said 16 out of the last 22 home games here. Stockport have won, and we've contained them to no shots on target. So the defensive side of this team is performing its duties. How can we find a way to conjure up a goal in this second 45?
Well, thank you, Brownie. We're going to go for a half-time break here, but we've got a special video to bring you on Charlton TV. Today is International Women's Day, so let's hear from some of the inspirational women who work for the club.
Can you tell us who you are and your role at Charlton Athletic?
Yes, so my role is I'm part of the media team here at Charlton Athletic. I work on Charlton TV.
I work with our men's first team as a physiotherapist, and I currently work within our performance services.
Yep, so I am the fan engagement officer at Charlton.
I'm the Women and Girls Football Development Officer at the Community Trust.
I'm the head of first team men's player care. My role involves looking after all of the men's team and the coaching staff.
I'm the women's operation and first team player care lead.
Well, I'm PA to the board. I also do the administration for the hospitality on match days for the men's first team.
My full-time role is a Vanguard case manager. So I basically support in running a serious youth violence programme.
So since April 2021, I've been involved in the club as fan advisor, firstly, now fan advocate.
And I'm the Women's Safeguarding and Welfare Officer.
I'm the head of women's football.
And I am the new performance psychologist for the women's first team here at Charlton Athletic.
And how did you get into this role at Charlton?
I'm a lifelong fan, and I think as a fan it was a real honour to just be able to get involved in the club. I'm here sort of week in, week out, so I know what it's like to be around the stadium, and I think that I've got a pretty good idea of how things can be improved. I've also talked to people a lot that are around Charlton, both home and away, and it was really important to me, especially when over recent years perhaps things haven't been so good on the pitch or so good in the league. It was really important to me that Charlton kind of kept going and kept being Charlton off the pitch. And that was something I was really keen to get involved in.
Probably from a playing background, always kind of been involved, came from a family of professional athletes, so kind of naturally followed that path, and then you kind of follow your passion, I guess, and I just ended up playing and then working in football.
When I was about 18, I decided I wanted a bit of a career change because what I was planning just didn't really surface. And my main passion was football. It's what my family and friends sort of steered me towards. They said, well, you really like it, you seem to know a lot about it, why don't you steer in that direction? And that's exactly what I did. I went to uni, I studied, I got work experience, and then I ended up it.
I've always had like a passion for working with young people. I come from quite a troubled background when I was younger. I wasn't the best behaved child, let's put it that way. And yeah, so it's always been like my passion. I've always been driven to sort of like want to support change within young people, and it's always wanted to be a role that I've always wanted to be involved in. So yeah, when I see, obviously the part-time role came up, and I love the youth work, I love what I do, but I obviously wanted to do it more full-time as well. So when the full-time position came up and it was like serious youth violence, I thought that is like a bit of me, like I really wanted to be involved in it. And yeah, I've loved every minute of working on the Vanguard programme.
My journey started actually at Charlton Athletic when I was 15 years old. I came to the club for my first ever piece of work experience in football. So I spent the week working within all departments of the football club, from the ticketing office to a day with the ground staff, and always knew that football was an environment and an industry that I wanted to work in. Had in the back of my mind, journalism was something that I loved. At school, I really enjoyed English, history, the arts, writing, talking, always talking too much in class. So that was something that I wanted to pursue. But perhaps when I was at that age, it wasn't necessarily the pathway now, particularly for women, that there is.
So I actually started with our boys' academy, working with our under 9s to 16s, and then thankfully I was quite fortuitous to work with our 18s and eventually 21s, and then head of academy medical, and then more recently this past season working with our men's first team. So studied at university, worked within various sports, so NHS as well, basketball, rugby, football, and then eventually found my way full-time football, which has been amazing.
I'll be honest with you, it took me until like my early 40s to actually fall in love with football. It started off when I started coaching a disability girls team, and then I started attending lots of matches with both my daughters, and it sort of like spiralled out from then.
So I started probably 5 or 6 years ago now, kind of just finished uni, didn't really know what I wanted to do, but always had a passion for football, so thought I'd try a bit of coaching out, and started as a casual coach here and sort of worked my way up from there.
So I was a teacher previously, did 21 years of teaching. I was thinking about possibly a career change, and I saw this job come up. My family are Charlton fans, Dad's a big Charlton fan. I saw it the day it was actually closing, and I decided to just give it a go, and here I am.
Have you faced any challenges as a woman working in football?
Not at Charlton at all, no. It's been amazing. Previously, probably, I think there's probably a little bit of stigma still with some people with, I'm a single mum, so having to do the school run and get childcare and work around that. And I think, yeah, there probably is a little bit of stigma still, but not here at all.
I think traditionally football's always been a very male-dominated sport, so you do get the odd comment. But I think we're really lucky here. We're a very diverse and supportive staff team, and I think that really helps.
Not necessarily since I've started working in football, more as a kid playing football. There's always kind of the stereotypes of getting picked last and things like that. But I always got on with it. I just enjoyed football a lot, so it didn't really bother me too much.
I feel that I'm probably more valued and listened to now than I was 10 years ago. And I feel that before you may not have just been listened to, or your advice wasn't listened to. And then I just find like sometimes I had to like raise it a little bit louder, really, to say, well, actually, I know what I'm talking about, and please do listen to me.
There weren't many grassroots teams around, and Charlton Athletic Community Trust was the only place that I could go and play football at half term. So I always used to go to those courses. So it's always kind of been a seed in my mind that Charlton is a really good football club for creating opportunities like that. And I would say from the moment I've arrived, there have been lots of women around the football club, which is nice. And over the 4 seasons I've been here, more and more, and perhaps with the growth of the women's first team and the roles to support them as well, I've noticed even more, which I think is brilliant, because the more women that you have around a football club, I just think it contributes to a really positive environment. I think the more experiences you can get from people from different walks of life just creates a brilliant culture. So it's wonderful for me when I arrive at the football club, from the moment I walk into the women who greet me at reception, the women that work in hospitality, the women that work within the first team environment is brilliant. I would say I think within media it's probably slimmer, and outside of my work with Charlton, more often or not, I can be the only woman in a press room, and maybe even sometimes on a match day at Charlton there will be very few women around in that particular role.
How important do you think visibility is when it comes to increasing female representation in football?
I think it's so important. I was having a conversation yesterday, and even, you know, the basics of a football agent or a football general manager, a football physio, like I said, they were all male-held roles for a very long time, and they still are, and that's absolutely fine. But I think it's important for young girls and women, not necessarily young girls, for women in different industries to see that they can make a change and come across into an industry and take them roles up. I think that's really, really important. It's something that's definitely changed in the last 10, 15 years.
I think it is massively important. You know, what it's like when you're a child and you turn on the TV and you can relate to something, whether that be a cartoon or a series or a kind of, like a children's reality TV show. And it's about seeing someone that you can identify with and thinking the impossible is possible, where sometimes those routes aren't clear cut. How do I get there? How did she become this? From footballers to physios, S&C, the social media, there are so many roles in women's football that I feel the outside world hasn't even scratched the surface. So I think things like this are so important for all young people to kind of see there are routes and there are all different types of jobs that you can also do.
Yeah, I think it's really, really important, because certainly for young girls growing up, if they see females within football or within sport full stop, they can perhaps have people as role models to look up to and think that, maybe I have got an avenue to going into a particular role that I'm interested in, and my gender won't be a barrier to getting to that. But we must not kid ourselves. There will also be challenges in that regard, but working hard and being passionate and being a good person certainly will pay off dividends. But yeah, hopefully as a society we'll get better as the years and what have you go by.
I think it's crucial. I'm an advocate of. I took Charlotte, Asha, and Beth to a school to speak to girls about the different job roles that there are for women in football, and I think it is important for any of us. In my day, there wasn't really women playing football. Like, it wasn't something that you would do, and it's just, I think, how everything is changing and there is more opportunities, and I think it is really, really important to teach any children that you can do whatever you want to do. Even if you can't play football, there is a role. You could be a physio, you could be in the media side. There is so many different avenues, and just really educating them that they can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I mean, videos like this that we're doing today is just so important, because there are so many roles in football. When you tend to think of a club, you tend to think of only certain roles, and it's nice to sort of like get an overview of what each person's job is, just, so there are all those opportunities out there for you.
Well, welcome back to Charlton TV here at Edgeley Park, and a great video put together by the media guys, and great to see a number of wonderful and inspirational women continue to work at this great club. Here at Edgeley Park, it's 0-0 at half-time. Stockport County just entering the field again. Charlton already out. Wait and see if there's any changes at half-time. Imagine there's probably a few shirt changes at half-time. Miles Lieben's got a clean shirt to start this second half. Imagine his other one had rips and all sorts in it, the amount of physical battles he got involved in. But I quite like watching the physical battles, I must say. It's just every now and then when one goes a little bit too many, it's where it gets a little bit frustrating. But I do like referees playing on when it's consistent. It's just, as I said, that one or two extra that happened in the first half, which definitely annoyed Nathan Jones, that's safe to say. But joining me, Greg Stubley, is Stevie Brown and Terry Smith a little bit later. But Brownie, we spoke in first half, and in terms of we actually didn't allow a shot on target. Stockport may argue similar from their side, but it's two good teams at it at that first half.
Yeah, cancelled each other out. Not a lot of notes actually from the first 45 minutes. Just admired them going toe to toe. Just looking for one of the, well, you're looking for us basically to have a little bit of quality. You know, if that's as an individual, I think Small needs to get into the game as an attacking force a bit more. Can we get Campbell in behind a little bit more? Look at that ball holding up.
Game is back underway, no changes for either side, and Stockport a long ball forward, and there's an early test for Gillespie in that wind that he has to defend against. Does well to get there, and Coventry across forward towards Leeburn. Comes off the back of the Charlton striker and pied down to Collar, and now Bate out to the right hand side as Southern Hells. Ball down the line to Collar, continues his run. Forced out wide by Coventry. Crossing towards the penalty area, it's awkward for Small. Just got about enough on it to prevent it coming back in the penalty area. But comes out to Rydell, left-footed cross is a decent looking one. State gets something to it, the ball comes down to Wood, and it's a brilliant save from Will Mannion, diving to his right, an outstanding save. Lafay couldn't get there on the rebound, but Stockport very close to scoring early in this second half.
Yeah, best chance of the game. Wicked delivery, and I said those deliveries might be more effective in this second 45 for Stockport. There's an example of it. Curious clearance is what I'll say about that, which has led to the opportunity, but that is a magnificent save from Mannion low down to his right. Big strong hand to claw it out right next to his post. Warning shot. They've tried to get the ball down immediately. You can see they're not just going to put it in behind. They're either going to feed the front two to hold it up, or they're going to try and play. But they're not going to pump balls in behind, I think, because they know it's just going to whip through into Mannion out of play. So, look, I think Stockport will look to get this ball down, and they're certainly looking to get the right back out, certainly in these early stages.
Yeah, you saw there, if you are watching on Charlton TV, Mannion's kick from his goal kick just got held up in the wind, and Lieben ran all the way from the opposition half into halfway inside the Charlton half trying to get there. Charlton will have to think things a little bit differently in this second half. Rydell with the ball forward, Collar flicks it on. It's a good run and a great challenge from Gillespie, with Camps looking to attack the Charlton penalty area. Stockport have started this second half really well. Lafay looks towards his right, well cut out by Campbell. Awkward ball back, and Jones has to clear it away. Campbell will give chase. Someone else gets something to it, and then Campbell gets his body across. Charlton want a free kick. Referee plays on, ball's back to Gillespie. Sliding challenge from Wotton's a good one. Then the ball forward. Mannion with a decision to make, lets that run because that ball's going out of play.
And that's why they're going to have to play, because that wasn't even a powerful pass through. It was just a lift through into the channel, and it's 3 bounces and out with the wind. That's why Stockport are going to try and use this midfield to link up, and that will give them enough time in build-up play to get the right or left back out in wide areas.
It's down to Gillespie. Ball forward will give Leeburn something to chase. It's awkward for Hills, who does well to cut it out. Charlton will have the throw. Edwards wants to get on with things and looks to take it quickly.
Just wait. Got to get the support mechanism right to this throw. Unless there's something really obvious on 1v1 forward, take your time, set up, do the long throw. But 2 examples already in the second half where the ball's holding up. Campbell pressurising on the halfway line to a ball that was put in behind the right back, and very similar. Right side of the centre half getting caught underneath it. Good pressure from Charlton.
Edwards with the long throw towards Jones, who goes beyond him. Hills with a header away. Comes out to Ramsey. Ramsey across to the left-hand side as Edwards in space here. Edwards takes a touch. Left-footed ball in, but it's easy for Wotton to head it away. Looks for a Lafay. Looks to turn Edwards. Campbell keeps the ball in play. Looking to turn and goes backwards to Gillespie. And to the right to Ramsey. Lets the ball run. To take it beyond Bate. follows him all the way, but Ramsey's got good pace and still got it. Kane Ramsey, brilliant run this from Ramsey. Crossing opportunity, looks to swing it in towards Jones, and it's headed away by Wootton, who stayed back for Stockport. And down with Doherty. Gillespie all the way back to Mannion, but there's a brilliant run from Ramsey, and credit to Wootton, who stayed back and got a head against Lloyd Jones. Mannion, the kick forward, Hills heads it away, comes down to Edwards. Left-hand side is Campbell. Lloyd Jones is still up front for Charlton as it stands, with Charlton looking to increase the pressure. Coventry out to the right to Ramsey, all the way across to Edwards. Down the line looking for Campbell, that's been intercepted. Stockport look to clear, but Coventry prevents Norwood's ball forward. Goes out of play, and Stockport will have the throw, and Lloyd Jones will run it about 50 yards back.
Yeah, a couple of things. Edwards should have played that in behind. There's no ball into feet there, it was too compact. But the brilliant run from Ramsey, superb to get away from the first bout of pressure and then to skip the challenge. But Berry made a brilliant run. He come away from goal for the cutback, and he needed to be picked out. And Ramsey just went for the generic cross, and they defended that well. But yeah, a really intelligent run from Berry away from everybody. Found a little pocket of space, couldn't find him.
Southern Hills looking for options, throws down the line. Wootton, the target. Wootton looking to turn. Gillespie applying the pressure. Wootton keeps the ball in play, but Mannion is there for Charlton, and the Addicts will look to push up.
Again, you know, being fair, that was a little push as well. Referee's not seen an awful amount of physical grappling and pushing today. Doesn't seem to be interested in giving a lot of free kicks for that. At least it's consistent most of the time.
Mannion with the ball forward again, held up in the air. Liban trying to get there, but Hill's got something to it. Collar with the ball down the line. There's Gillespie forward to Campbell. Just loses his footing momentarily. Ball back to Doherty. Just looks to find Campbell again. Shirt pull this time from Southern Hells, but not enough according to the referee. Southern Hells taking an extra couple of yards and looks forward. Down the line towards Wootton, it's beyond him. Jones with the clearance. Liban will jump, Hills gets something to it, and then Camps the ball forward. It's over the head of Ramsey, and then Collar gets there ahead of Jones, but it's forced wide. Collar looks to turn, it's a neat turn. Right-footed shot, takes a deflection and just loops wide. Stockport corner.
Yep. Again, you know, when that ball is played forward and you can control it, it does drive the opposition defence back. Last-ditch block. Mannion, it's one of those positions as a keeper, he's set. Once it takes a deflection, there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to pray it drifts over or wide, which thankfully it did.
Norwood goes across to take the corner. Swings it in towards the far post. It's a deep corner headed back by Hills. Comes down to Wootton on the turn and off the bar. Would have been a wonderful finish. He's back to goal. He just sort of flicked it over his head. Stockport have had two good opportunities in this second half.
Yeah, superb header from Hills. We've used that corner a lot this season. The very deep corner past the far post, heading it back into a dangerous area. Wootton did brilliant physically to hold off his man and then hooked it over his head. Mannion beating cannons off the crossbar. Stockport increasing their pressure on Charlton's goalmouth.
Southern Hills inside to Bate. Balls back to Hills. Looks forward to Wootton again. He wins his header. Balls down to Coventry. Does really well to get there first and can only flick it over the head of Southern Hills. The Stockport with the throw. Southern Hills looking for options. Wootton is down the line. Wootton gets something to it, falls to the floor, no free kick given as Charlton look to play on. Doherty gets his head up, looks to switch the play over towards Thierry Small. It's a lovely ball, and Small with the touch, but he's taken it too far. It's a difficult control on the run, but Thierry Small knows that if you got that down, it was an opportunity.
Yeah, for me, it's a right foot take. I know it's like little things, but that's an right foot instep half volley forward outside the left. It's almost impossible.
It's a good build-up play from Stockport. It's Bate over towards the right-hand side of Southern Hills, but ball's playing too far forward. And
put the afterburners on there, didn't he?
Tyrese Campbell got there first anyway, if the ball did stay in play.
It's in there when he needs it. Need to get him in a game a little bit more, but on the front foot rather than everything, receiving, facing his own goal.
So Charlton might be making 2 early substitutions in the second half.
Yeah. Just change the dynamic and shift the way that the pattern's going, because
I think Stockport are as well. So both sides looking to change things up. Stockport did make 5 changes coming into this game, and those 5 players are all on the bench. So I imagine a few of their players might be itching to get on.
Well, the one that we're itching to get on is Anderson. He's scored a couple of great goals off the bench. Scored a superb header in their last game to snatch a draw away. Snatch a draw at Northampton.
Jones with a header forward. Doherty likewise for Charlton. Lieberman trying to get there. Accidentally crashes into his man, but it is a free kick. There was a slight push, which wasn't a foul against Miles Lieberman, but he's just carried his momentum into the Stockport County man. Free kick is given. Charlton are bringing on Chukwuemeka and Corey Anderson. We'll wait and see who are the 2 players coming off.
Yeah, you very rarely make a change when you're defending a set piece.
So free kick's taken, it's diagonal towards Hills, who wins the header, but the ball will go out of play, and Charlton will have the goal kick, and Curtis Fleming.
This is about set pieces purely, but that was purely the way he was pointing to on the pitch. That was purely from defensive set piece perspective.
Potentially an option for Nathan Jones to match formation up with Stockport, perhaps go to a back 4.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's a very early change. We're 10 minutes into the second half.
Thierry Small's the man to make way. Corey Anderson's the first one introduced, and then Luke Berry is the next Charlton man to make way. Chukwuemeka will come on. So there are the 2 Charlton changes. Wait and see what that does formation-wise, but
yeah, we'll just have to wait.
As Tyrese Campbell's going over to right wing back, perhaps we'll wait and see.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened.
Stockport are going to make a change themselves shortly, but not quite yet. 56, coming up to 57 minutes played, still 0-0. Mannion with the goal kick forward towards Anike, wins the header, looking towards Lieberman, challenge from Anderson, it's a free kick given against Corey Anderson, and referee wants a word with the substitute.
Why is the picture scrambled?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi's not great.
Helpful. Yeah, I didn't look. There was no book in there, was it? Because yeah, okay, that's fine. I thought there was going to be a reaction from the referee on the based on the player's reaction, but thankfully he didn't buy that. So
I'm not even sure he made contact in truth.
No, that's what I mean. So what the point being that there wasn't a lot in that, but I'm glad the referee didn't act on the player's reaction.
Macaulay Southern Hells is the man to make way for Stockport. Oncom's Carl Noyle. Most frequently their right back stroke right wing back, so not necessarily a surprise that he might be introduced. Noyle is on the pitch, and Charlton with the goal kick again towards Anike. Hills with the header away. Anike's just crashing down on the floor. His head collided in the midriff of Hills.
Yeah, he got blocked off by one and physically run into by another. Yeah, but Noyle, I would imagine this right back position is a big position for Stockport, the way they're going to try and get their full-backs advanced and into play. They're certainly going to try and use the midfield to allow them the time to then get into the attacking positions that Stockport want them to be in before they feed them. But as you've seen, everything they've tried to play forward so far has sort of bounced and out of play, or it's bounced through to Mannion, and you know you can't just keep doing that as the game progresses. So they've got to find a way to get that ball into a midfielder, which allows those right backs and left backs to get higher up the pitch to receive. It's a tough game. It is a tough game. It's finely balanced.
Yeah, Nico's receiving extensive treatment. The Stockport County physios have come over to help as well, so there's going to be some lengthy stoppage here while Nico gets treatment. An opportunity for Charlton to come over, or both teams to come over to their respective dugouts and have a word.
Yeah, Berry just having a word with Anderson. I like that senior player to the young player going on. Like to see that. Anderson going through all the set pieces and maybe movement patterns. I'm not sure what's in that booklet. Booklets for different things.
Nico is back, sitting upright. I think there'll have to be some concussion sort of protocol in place, making sure he's okay to continue. Charlton, if they do need to bring Nico straight away off, they have Matty Godden on the bench from a striking point of view. The other substitutes unused as yet: Alex Gilbert, Tom McIntyre, Tanae Watson. Tommy Reid, the substitute goalkeeper for Charlton.
It's amazing how Wootton struggled to get into the game first 45, been a menace in his first 10 minutes. Suddenly come out a different player. Looked very threatening.
Yeah, both strikers have been a nuisance for Charlton, who, in fairness, have tried their best, the back three, to try and contain that, but every now and then, all it takes is half a moment for Alafe or Wootton, and they've tried to make the most of it.
I mean, he's now by default become their leading scorer, because obviously Louis Barry's gone back and out on loan into the Championship, but he is a threat. But he also assists, Wootton. You know, he's by far and away the biggest assister in that, you know, in terms of their attacking force. This has turned into a long break.
Yes, looks like there's some sort of bandage to the head, Anike. There must clearly be some blood and a cut, perhaps. Sold out away stand to our left as we commentate. Right, if you are watching. The journey up potentially this morning. There were trains available this morning, if not last night. We came up last night. Nico's okay to continue. He's back to his feet, walking off. He's got a head bandaged around the entire of his head. And Charlton will have temporarily 10 men while Nico comes off, just to be checked by the fourth official. As play continues, as bait to the left to Pye. Ball forward, the left-hand side, Rydell. Down the line's cut out by Campbell. Stockport will have the throw. Rydell taking his time, looking for support, movement. Throws it inside towards Alafe. To lay it off as Norwood gets their first head of Leeburn, but Edwards comes across and Edwards will clear down the line. Norwood plays safe and just clears the ball out of play, and Anike can return on the pitch for Charlton. Gillespie will come across to take a long throw. Forward towards Leeburn. It's like a bowling ball as he crashes into Noyle. Ball's cleared away. Ramsey, with defending to do, does it well for Charlton to clear it away. Rydell with the header. Collar flicks it on. Gillespie with Wootton behind him. Clears forward, but that ball will go out of play. Hits the stand. But a rust has just come down off of the stand. And Stockport will have the throw. Just beyond halfway on the right-hand side.
Yeah, we just can't get going as an attacking side. We're containing, you know, those couple of early chances came very quickly into this second half. We are containing, but we just can't find a way at the moment to turn containment into possession and attacking chances for ourselves. But physically we matched up. That was good. That ball over the top, Ramsey, no problem pace-wise, getting back into position, dealing with it. You look across the pitch, you don't feel like they're on top of us in any particular part of the pitch physically.
Mannion with the goal kick. Held up in the air and goes out of play. Noel will take. Moves the ball inside towards Wootton. Helps it on towards Alafe. Alafe, the ball and a penalty here. Coventry with a header away, and it's a good header. Calm, composed play from Edwards to bring the ball down. Looks forward towards Anike. The ball held up in the wind. It falls nicely instead to Anderson. To the right to Campbell. Campbell looks down the line to Anike, and Anike's offside.
I'll tell you what, the two on this far side will be close, but that ball should have gone first time. Anike made a wonderful run in behind, wasn't tracked, completely open. By taking that control and that first touch, you've allowed him to stray into that offside position. But that was a big moment, our best moment in terms of where we found ourselves, where the Stockport defence was.
Stockport taking chances at the back. Hills under pressure from Liban, goes back to Dye, who clears forward. Gillespie with the header. Bait likewise for Stockport. Edwards now with the ball forward. Hills will let that bounce over his head. The Dye will pick it up. Dye looking for options left or right. Liban's on the edge of the penalty area. Going long. Hitting the target, goes all the way out of play for a Charlton goal kick. That's how much the wind is playing a part. Jones is frustrated, felt that Mannion could have caught that just to...
Yeah, because the kick's... Yeah, he's basically saying the kick's not making the halfway line, so you know, if you catch it, you can bring it right out your penalty area. But that's a good setup. If you're forcing a goalkeeper to kick like that, it means he's got no options. It means your setup's excellent in terms of they don't feel confident playing out from the back.
Mannion with his kick forward again, falls towards Anderson. Touch from Anike will find Anderson. He'll bring it forward. Rydell with the challenge. A slightly heavy touch from Anderson, but Charlton pick it up again through Campbell. It's Corey Anderson. Nice feet to open a bit of space. Now Coventry. Forward to Anderson. Challenge comes in from Camps.
He's just got to try and find a way, Tyrese, to receive so he can face up that defender. And wriggle free a bit quicker and get into position to receive a little bit quicker and away from his man.
Doherty back to Jones. All the way back to Mannion. Over left to Gillespie. Under pressure from Collar. Ball deflects off Gillespie. Collar looks to take it quickly in towards Alafe. Cuts inside. Jones gets there for Charlton and clears it away. Brilliant challenge. Quick thinking from Collar. Challenge from Jones was a good one, who's just feeling the consequences of that challenge on his left knee. It's a strong challenge, but on came when Gillespie's ball deflected back off of him. Quickly taken. Throw came in. Jones doesn't want treatment. Jones is getting back to his feet, so limps away, but play will continue. And with 67.5 minutes played, I hand over to Terry Smith to lead commentate for the second half.
Thank you, Greg. Throw going down the line into the corner. Back now to Noyle. He's got space into the penalty area, drilled it across. Jones with interception, and Leeburn will swipe it clear and ask Aniki to pursue it. Beaten to it by Pye. Coventry gets something on it, but Camps will guide it left to Rydell. Ball into the box, flicked on by Alafe. It's going to drop to Bate. Tees up the shot from Camps, but over the bar.
Yeah,
having to withstand a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, you're going to have moments like that. Where you give Stockport a bit of credit is how quickly they get numbers up and around the edge of the box, so that anything that falls down, they have options. And that was a good set, lovely little cushion to the edge of the box. I think Cams will be a bit disappointed. I think the target with that one.
Mannion with the goal kick. Sent down towards the left-hand side. Aniki and Leeburn looking for it. Comes off Leeburn, but then hooked forward by Norwood. Gillespie with the header backwards, with Wootton and Jones tussling again. It's been a feature of the game. Mannion will collect it on the edge of his area. Drops it to the floor, sends it long. Up in the air, will it hold up? Oh, Leeburn coming back for it, lets it drop and then hustle to the floor. Anderson steps in. Again, slightly late challenge, but referee allowing it to play on, which he's done most of the game, to be fair. Out to Noyle. Noyle sends it long. Up towards Wootton and flicks it on. Olafe will tussle with Ramsey and get there first. Back out to Wootton, and there's a free kick given there. Is a handball, potentially? Just looking at the replay there. Olafe, yeah, to come off his arm. Not sure it was intentional. Jones has stayed down from that challenge again. It was a jarring knee challenge earlier on with Olafe when he went into the box, and that's what's troubling the Charlton centre-half. He's stayed on the floor and will receive treatment this time as Olafe complaining to the referee about the decision. There'll be a free kick to Charlton when we restart in a moment. Lloyd Jones receiving treatment. He definitely came off his arm, and I suppose he gained possession straight afterwards, which is, I guess, what gave the referee the option to give the free kick. Again, I don't think it was intentional. Jones just getting that knee stretched out. Charlton do have Tom McIntyre on the bench. Tony Watson's another defensive option, but
yeah, it's all from the initial challenge, actually. Yeah, I think it's from the initial challenge, to be honest with you. He made a very good clearance. There was a little bit of afters on that clearance, and it obviously threw his leg out. You're putting all your weight in on the front foot, you're making a clearance on the front foot, and suddenly something jolts it in the back the other way. There's always consequences to that.
Well, McIntyre's being told to just hurry his warm-up a little bit, just in case, but Lloyd Jones is up on his feet, which is good to see, and just gingerly trying to stretch it out that knee on his way to the sideline. He will be off for 30 seconds or so. McIntyre is definitely getting disrobed just in case. Mannion comes out of his penalty area to take the free kick. Nathan Jones may not want to risk his vice-captain, but you also won't want to take him off either as Mannion sends his free kick forward. And Ike hustled out of it, but Coventry will pick it up for Charlton. Goes right to Campbell. A little bit of space for Campbell to attack now. Corner of the penalty. Oh, a heavy touch. Just takes it beyond his man, but Camps is able to clear. Ramsey, lovely touch to control it, and then second touch though puts it out of play for a throw-in.
Yeah, we need Jones on quickly. We're stretched at the moment.
Throw down the line for Wootton. This time Gillespie goes across. Wootton. Ramsey back there as well. And, sure, the referee's given a free kick or a throw-in there in the far corner. It's difficult to tell from this distance. Maybe there'll be a free kick. The fact that Wootton maybe no, difficult to tell. Ramsey's got the ball in his hand. Jones back on the field. Looks like it might be just the throw-in. The referee felt that it came off Wootton last. He wasn't so happy. Ramsey goes down the line with the throw. Flicked on by Leeburn. Bate rather gets there first. Drops kindly for Gillespie. Sends it long. Looking for an EQ. Just barged in the back, but Charlton may benefit. Anderson tried to set up Campbell, but he got his angle wrong. And the referee again ignored the challenge on Aniki, and he's down again, and the referee wants the physio on again. But surely if you saw the challenge.
I know it's harsh, but it's no different than perhaps it was.
He's incensed that he wasn't given a free kick for the challenge in the first place. The referee's holding the play up while Aniki gets attention. So Greg Stubley looking at the replay, saying that blood on the bandage that he's got that the referee wants attending to. Chukwuemeka is absolutely livid that he reckons there was an elbow in his head. And he's off the field now because of it. There's Stockport take the goal kick and play on. Ball from Noyle into the Charlton penalty area. Manuel step out of his 6-yard box to claim it. Well, we've got a very angry Chuksaniki here, which may be of benefit to the Addicts. Ramsey sends the ball long. Campbell will pursue it. Will it stay in? Campbell does well to keep it in with his head. It needed Hills to come across and clear it away. It'll be a Charlton throw parallel to the edge of the Stockport penalty area on the right-hand side, and Edwards is going across to take this throw. As Stockport prepare to make a double change, you can see Andressen, one of the changes coming on, and I think Moxon's the other one. But before that can happen, Charlton will have this throw. Edwards preparing to send it long into the penalty area. In it comes. Distance on it. Hills with the header away. Coventry can't get there, but they'll run back to Ramsey. Ramsey with Coventry still available to his right. Will send this towards the penalty area. In it comes. Gillespie battling, as is Leeburn. Picked up by Anderson. Oh, and it's again a heavy touch. It's going to allow Noyle to just guide it out of play for a throw in, and they're still tussling in that corner of the penalty area. Referee steps in to stop it going any further. Goal kick to the home side. And they will make the double change. First one on will be Moxon. Coming off will be Norwood. The second change will be Carl Wootton coming off. And Andresen coming on. Slightly different dynamic for Charlton defence to deal with Wootton off, Andresen coming on. Two goals against Blackburn 2 games ago. It's total to 3 as the goal kick is sent forward towards Olafe. Ramsey got something on it, but it's Coventry with the challenge. Doherty with a header on, and Iki tried to bring it down, but it just ran away from him. And Noyle will bring it forward for Stockport on the right-hand side. Doherty comes across, gets a challenge in and does well, and then he's fouled. Greg Doherty, super work from the Charlton skipper.
Yeah. Noyle's not bad, 1v1 going forward. That's super from our central midfielder. That's called using your intelligence to make sure that the player that pushes the ball past you can't get round the other side without physical contact. Excellent work from Doherty. And Dressen got the biggest cheer of the day because he's come on twice in the last 2 games, scored 3 goals, 1 to get a draw. Very, very good header against Northampton. Arrived late, 16 yards out, bulleted into the top corner. They're expecting him to find the goal again, I hope.
Ball up towards Aniki. Judged to have connected with Hills a little late. Aniki looks ironically at the officials to say, compared to what they've just done to me, that was nothing. Free kick goes back to Adai, who sends it long and forward, looking for Olafe to chase it. Ramsey lets it bounce, lets it run. Mannion will come out of his 6-yard box to claim it. At the start of the half, Stockport seemed to be able to manage the conditions and played it along the floor. More recently, they've just gone long and it hasn't really paid off for them. Charlton won't be too unhappy about that as Mannion this time sends it high up towards Aniki. Hills with the header away. Gillespie comes across, gets something on it. Drop Stockport's way, although Doherty manages to clear it away. Edwards does likewise, up towards Leeburn, but headed away by Pye. And then Doherty in the challenge with Collar, go out of play for a Stockport throw just in front of the dugouts.
I just wonder if this is maybe a 10-minute jobby from Matty Gordon. A bit of intelligence, a bit of movement.
It's good hassling from Anderson from the throw to win Charlton the throw. Hassling Noyle so he couldn't get control. Gillespie will take over throwing duties inside the Stockport half on the left-hand side, down towards Leeburn. It's blocked so he can't get there, and the ball will drift down to play this time for a Stockport throw. A scrappy last few minutes here at Edgeley Park. Noyle will take the throw this time. Again looks to go down the line towards Andressen, who flicks it on towards Olafe, backing into Ramsey. Ramsey's trying to stay strong, but Olafe tees up Collar on the right-hand side. Back inside it comes to Moxon, who sends it into the penalty area. Good header away from Gillespie, but it'll be picked up on the left by Rydell. Inside to Moxon once more. Little combination play, but Anderson steps in for Charlton, but loses out. And he hits the referee, so they'll have to call it back. Which way he'll give this, by the way? I think he's going to give it to Stockport. There he is. And they start again with Moxon. Lifts the ball into the penalty area. Olafe gets there, turns, deflection on the shot. Off of Ramsey, and it's away for a corner.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I've got to be honest here. Drop it for them with no pressure on the ball when we were in prime position to put pressure on the ball. Should have made them play backwards, if anything, to restart. That needs looking at, but excellent block.
Corner on the Stockport right-hand side. Swung in low. Good header away from Anderson, but straight to Noel, who takes the shot. It might have come off. I thought it might have come off the Stockport man, actually. I thought that might have come off Camps. But referee's given a corner. Difficult to tell.
Leeburn.
Maybe Leeburn's out. It's another corner. Bate with it. Again, underneath the crossbar with the corner. Headed away by Gillespie, and he'll pursue it himself as Rydell goes across to the left-hand side. Gillespie in front of him. Moxon comes short. Campbell trying to force him out. He does to Noyle. Noyle, every Charlton player in and around the penalty area. It's a long one. Almost caught Mannion out, I think. He came forward for it, but it sailed beyond him, unfortunately for Charlton. Also sailed above the crossbar and away for a goal kick. The Addicts, again, sending Gilbert and McIntyre to warm up. They're still not sure about Lloyd Jones not running entirely freely in that central defensive role. Manuel prepared to take this goal kick. We've had coming up to 36 minutes of this second half. Anderson tussling for the ball in central midfield, but it runs to Bate, who sends it forward. Gillespie will usher it back to Mannion with his head. Charlton will start again. 9 minutes of normal time to see if somebody can decide this game. Mannion sends it forward to Anika. Hills with the header away. Coventry out to Campbell. Back to Coventry, trying to send Anderson on his way into the right-hand channel. Coming across is Pye, who sends it away. That might stay in as well, all the way up towards the right-hand corner of the Charlton penalty area eventually. And Ramsey ushers it back to Mannion, who sends it skyward. Pye with the header forward once more. Edwards gets something on it. We'll try again. Looked like he was pushed out of the way by Collar. Referee says play on. And Nathan Jones isn't happy about that as Moxon picks it up for Stockport on the right-hand side. Turns it infield to Noyle, who's pulled to the ground by Edwards, and he'll be booked for that. But Charlton will point to the fact that there was a clear push on Edwards earlier on.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's missed that. It's really ridiculous how he's missed that. But he has, and again, try and force them down into wider areas. Don't relinquish the inside channel. Protect the inside channel and try and force them outside.
Well, Charlton have a two-man wall. And Noyle is currently all on his own on the edge of the penalty area. Moxon also going across. That's two Stockport men now. Anderson comes across to bisect the two to give Charlton a bit of cover there. That's the free kick, which is about 5 or 6 yards outside the right edge of the penalty area of Stockport attack. Bate with it. Sends it underneath the crossbar again, and Mannion comes away and palms it away. There'll be a corner. Out on the near side as you look, the far side as we are on the Stockport left-hand side. Moxon going across to take it. Everybody in the Charlton shirt inside the penalty area. Moxon prepares to take this corner. Swung in near post, Anika with a header away. And run out to Rydell. Rydell with Campbell trying to close him down. Lifts it back into the penalty area. Leeburn this time with a header away. Bouncing in the penalty area. Out to Noyle, who gets it in. Cleared away by Gillespie. Campbell trying to get there at 3 Stockport players in. Oh, that's a lunging challenge coming in from Hills. And Stockport get away with that challenge and now knock the ball into the penalty area. Jones with a header away. Coventry heads it forward to Doherty, but Bate challenges in there, and Campbell's still on the floor. Lunging challenge from Hills in there. Well, the referee again saw that there was no problem. He's certainly consistent in that. Charlton will have a throw on this Charlton left-hand side, almost halfway inside the Charlton half. 10,300 or so inside Edgeley Park. This throw goes down the line. Nika with a flick on. Leeburn can't get there as Bate clears it forward up towards Alafe. Ramsey trying to get there. It's a foot in, a good foot in as well. Doherty facing his own goal and no other option. Has to go back to Mannion. Sends it down the left, but there's nobody there. And there'll be a throw into Stockport. 10 yards inside the Stockport half. On the right. Fourth official telling Noel not to go any further, and he's been completely ineffective at that because Noel's still going. Down the line. Jones with the header away. Up towards Leeburn. Backwards by Pye. And who's strangling Leeburn currently, and now throwing him to the floor as Stockport attack down the left. Cross shot coming in! How that avoided everybody, I've no idea. But the Charlton bench are incensed. Leeburn was being strangled and then thrown to the floor. Fourth official saw it. He was communicating with the referee, who completely ignored him. And Stockport, as a result, broke away. I think it was Collar with a cross shot. I don't know if he was aiming to shoot or he was trying to get just into the 6-yard box with a touch. Unfortunately, it avoided everybody and away for a goal kick. And now the referee is going to have a word with both Leeburn and Pye. Well, now it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, this has come far too late in the game. He's missed so many opportunities to get on top of this that has led to this moment. And actually, that's the only way you can deal with it. It's no good brandishing yellow cards. It's been a very, very physical game, and no one likes to be bullied in these games. You're trying to get on top of your opponent, and Miles held his ground.
Mannion goal kick, met by Collar, headed away for a Charlton throw, just inside the Charlton half on the left. And the referee will try and look a little bit closer now as the ball goes up towards Aniki and Leeburn. As Gillespie throws it in that direction. Aniki, little touch. Anderson in there with the challenge, but it's cleared away by Collar. Looking for Alafe, who just barges into Ramsey. Ramsey almost goes to ground, but gets his head down. Bate will pick it up. Out to Camps. Camps, there's an overlap on the left-hand side. Rydell drills it across. Ramsey intercepts at the expense of a corner.
Yeah, it's a huge last 4 minutes and add-ons, of which there'll be a lot. We've had a big injury in this second half to Anike, so there's going to be at least 6 or 7 minutes, I would have thought.
Pressure on the Charlton goal from this corner. Moxon goes across to take it. Ball goes in deep. Mannion claims comfortably in the end, with nobody really putting him under any pressure, so I suspect that isn't where the corner was supposed to go. Mannion with Alafe in front of him, taking his time with the kick. Sends it away now. Hangs up in the air once more, makes the centre circle, but only just. Coventry whips it forward up towards Aniki, holds it up well and tries to send Leeburn on his way, but instead Anderson takes over on the left-hand side. Anderson trying to take his man on, and he does so, and then right, Hills just rugby tackles him as he went past, and Charlton have a free kick.
Yeah, in a great position. And we haven't had an opportunity to even test a die in the Stockport goal at this moment in time.
Edwards did something very similar in the Stockport half and got booked for that. A little perplexed that the referee saw that wasn't worthy of a yellow, but we do have the free kick. Jones going forward, as is Ramsey, as is Gillespie. Charlton set pieces in recent weeks have been on point. Can the Addicts conjure something up from this one? It's just a half a yard inside the touchline. Swung in deep. Leeburn there, Ramsey there as well. It's come out towards Campbell. Doherty back to Coventry, sends it across to Anderson. Anderson, good bring down into his right foot, drills it across, a flick. Oh, header coming in from Gillespie, just wide of the target.
Yeah, big moment. That's very good play from Anderson, just trying to get half a yard to get a delivery, and he got that. Lovely little flighty ball towards the near post. Gillespie met it full on. Thought that was flying past the die into the top right-hand corner. It's just wide of the die's right-hand post, up into the Charlton faithful. But that's our best moment, our most promising moment this second half.
Minute left of normal time. Jones gets his head to the goal kick. Flicked on, looking for Leeburn, but doesn't find him. Cleared forward up to Alafe. This time Edwards steps in front of him and will win the ball back for Charlton, but a heavy touch takes it out of play. It'll be a Stockport throw 10 yards away from the right-hand corner flag. Stockport quickly back to Bate. Bate inside to Anderson. Collar goes to ground, but the ball runs out to Moxon. Inside to Noyle. Back to Moxon again. Collar remarkably gets to his feet and unharmed. Sends the ball across the box, but there's nobody there. Leeburn will be the first to react for Charlton. Trying to go down the line as Coventry made the run. It's stopped by Rydell for a Charlton throw. Almost parallel to the Addicks penalty area on the right-hand side. Waiting to see how much added time there is here as we approach the 45th minute mark. Charlton bench looking to potentially make a change as they huddle together. Throw goes down the line. It's good. Dragged down by Aniki, and he sends Leeburn forward. Hills coming back, has to head it clear. Be a Charlton throw. Almost up by 7 minutes of added time. Charlton will have a throw on that right-hand side, almost parallel to the corner of the penalty area. Edwards coming across to take it. Jones going forward, as is Gillespie. Is there time Charlton to make the breakthrough? Edwards with the throw. Jones comes towards it. Move it out of the way. Hills gets something on it, comes off the back of his own man, and then Moxon has to send it skyward and clear it away. Be a throw into Charlton. This time only 10 yards inside the Addicks half on the right-hand side, so Edwards leaves that as actually Stockport are going to make a change. Cosgrove, the man coming on. Coming off will be Collar. Ramsey has the ball in hand for this throw on the right-hand side. Looks to go down the line. Does so. Aniki over there gets something on it. But, tidying up though is Pye. Gets it away. Great header from Jones, and Campbell is chasing this, but Noyle just gets there first and clears it away. Good header from Edwards, and then Doherty comes back to guide it back to Jones, but his header goes straight to Bate. And Stockport will come again on the left-hand side with Rydell. Coventry going across. Still Rydell gets the ball in. Jones with the header away. Going to drop towards Aniki. Headers on to Anderson. Anderson will bring it forward for Charlton. He's got Leeburn to his right. Anderson sets Leeburn on his way. Campbell trying to make it into the box. Ball across is cut out by Hills. And he has to clear it away quickly as Anderson puts him under pressure and does so out to Rydell. Ball infield to Moxon. His ball forward though, cut out by Coventry. Brings it infield. Still Coventry. Back out right to Aniki. Aniki trying to send it into the box. Deep one. Campbell can't get there. Doherty might for Charlton before it goes out of play. Yes, he does. On this right-hand corner. Will send it back into the box. Headed away. This time by Andresen. Goes to ground under the challenge of Edwards. But the referee just says throw in only. And Edwards comes across to potentially launch this into the Stockport penalty area. We've had coming up to 3 minutes of the added 7. Edwards launches it in. Jones comes to meet it, flicks it on, but Aniki almost got there. Comes out to Coventry. Reverse ball out to Edwards once more. He'll send this into the penalty area. It's a deep one. Keeper's coming and will claim it ahead of Anderson. He's tussling in there again as Stockport look to break on the left-hand side with Bate. Held up by Doherty. Infield it comes to Moxon. Moxon. He's got time in his hands. Looks to switch it across to Noyle, who's got space on this right-hand side. Campbell comes across. Noyle deflection on the cross from Campbell's foot, and Mannion comes out and claims it on the edge of his 6-yard box. Taking his time, Will Mannion. Cosgrove in front of him, sends it skyward up towards the Stockport half. Leeburn will tussle, can't get there though. Pye sends it forward up towards Cosgrove, who's coming back from an offside position. Charlton will have a free kick and a possible time to send this ball forward. Jones, Gillespie. Gillespie will take the kick and Jones goes forward. As we approach the dying minutes of the game. We've had 4.5 minutes of the added 7. Charlton bench issuing instructions as Gillespie prepares to take this free kick. In it comes, looking for Anike, and the referee decides there's a foul in there, having let pretty much everything go. I'm not sure what he saw there, but it's a free kick to Stockport on the edge of their own area, well, about a yard outside of it. And Anike looking to stop the keeper taking it quickly. He's going to be spoken to by the referee to come back a yard or 2, or 3 or 4 or 5. And he does eventually. Adai out to the left-hand side to Rydell. Cuts inside Anderson. Ball infield to Moxon. Challenged by Gillespie well. Moxon though releases Noyle on the right-hand side, but that's good covering from Edwards to scamper across and get the ball away. Campbell looking for it, but he won't get there. Camps gets the ball off of Campbell for a Stockport throw. Noyle maybe looking to send this into the penalty area, although Moxon's come short. No, it is Moxon. Noyle goes on a run, blocked by Doherty. Another throw to Stockport. Noyle again with it. So this time throwing it in towards Anderson, edge of the area. Back out to Moxon, but that's well read by Doherty. It was deflected off of Moxon, and Stockport have it back. Moxon, ball into the penalty area, cleared away by Coventry. Charlton under pressure in the final minute.
Yeah, just clear your lines. It's that state. We're in that part of the game. No control inside your box. You get a chance to clear your lines, clear your lines.
Well, Noyle will now send this in long as Hills goes forward. Tracked by Leeburn. Noyle. Ball into the penalty area. There's a push in the back of Anderson from Cosgrove. Again, not Sin. There's another throw into Stockport. This time it goes into Bate. Anderson and Campbell trying to stop the cross. It comes out to Rydell, who does send the ball into the penalty area, but there's a deep one and it's gone above everybody and away for a Charlton goal kick. Could well be. Oh no, we've still got a minute or so, 30 seconds or so left of added time. And Nathan Jones again just asking the fourth official, how can he not see it? How can he not see the push on Anderson, which wasn't even subtle really. And I think in the cold light today, both managers probably feel that the referee let pretty much everything go for both sides, so it's not as if he favoured one side or the other. As Mannion prepares to get this goal kick away, how much more, if anything, is there added? And there isn't, as referee calls a halt to proceedings here, and it's ended all square. And again, Anderson and Hills square up. Hills has been looking for a bit of a row for quite some time, and he's picking on Campbell and Anderson, and then Small comes off the bench, and Anike square up to Hills, who's not quite so keen to get confrontation with those two. And then I think it's ended, in the end, ended peacefully as everybody's now shaking hands. A momentary frustration, probably, that it's ended all square. 0-0 here at Edgeley Park. And Steve Brown, fair result in the end?
Listen, the one thing I will say about, we've got 7 points from 3 very, very tough games. We've conceded 1 goal against 3 very good opponents, and we've come and done a very good job here defensively. The effort, the commitment, unity, teamwork, aggression, all absolutely first class. But they did put us under an enormous amount of pressure second half, which probably Dave Challoner will say deserved a goal of some sorts, but that's immaterial. You have to focus on us, and that's an incredible 7 days. A really tough set of fixtures where we've beaten Leyton Orient in brilliant circumstances, resilient in the first 20 minutes against Barnsley, won that game 1-0, superb return points-wise from those two. And I think if you genuinely asked a lot of people before the game, you'd have taken a point here today. This side are very, very good at home. They've shown why they're very, very good at home. When they get on top of games, they pressurise you. They get numbers into boxes. And that defensive unit today, the midfield five and the back five and the midfield in front were absolutely outstanding to a man. They stood up physically to a very, very aggressive Stockport side. Balls into the box were dealt with. The keeper come and made his claims at important times to take the pressure off. And they've all collectively gone over to the Charlton fans, as they should. That's a very, very good clean sheet and an excellent point from Charlton Athletic.
The Charlton fans staying behind, not this time in necessarily tumultuous celebration, but in recognition of a job that was well done. Another clean sheet for the Addicts. Another point on the board keeps us in 5th place currently. I can tell you that Reading and Crawley ended all square as well, so Reading don't gain any points on us either. So was Charlton now 2 points beyond Stockport with a game in hand, level on points with Huddersfield with the same number of games, all to play for as we continue towards the end of the season. So all square here. It's been a real tussle at Edgeley Park. It's finished 0-0. And I want to thank you, of course, for listening and watching here on Charlton TV. Don't forget to check the club website and social media for post-match interviews with Nathan Jones and I'm sure a player as well. And next up we've got Crawley Town in League One action on Tuesday, March the 11th, with coverage starting at 7:45 ahead of the 7:15 rather, ahead of the 7:45 kickoff. And if you are able to join us then, please do so. We look forward to your company. In the meantime, well, thanks to Diana back in production. To you all, of course, for listening and watching. To Greg Stubley and Steve Brown to my right-hand side. It's been a pleasure to bring you this in the sunshine here in Greater Manchester. And from all of us here, very good afternoon and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.